This broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 1 minute. This broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
1 second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh,
Did he bring it in?
he did.
It is.
Caught!
This broadcast is a production of the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Good evening from Hiller Field and the opening of the 2026 WPIAL High School football season. Tonight, the WJPA Sports Network brings you a former 4A Big 7, Big 6, how many teams there were, conference matchup, Trinity hosting Ringgold. Hi, everyone. I'm Bob Gregg. My broadcast partner for another year, Jack Sacco. Jason Tennant's our floor director here in the booth. Josh Klingen and Grady Peterson are on the cameras, and Jacob Knisner producing in our downtown Washington studios. The Hillers were about 2 minutes from a playoff win a year ago before falling here at home to eventual WPIL champion Aliquippa. Now, through the PIAA's biennial enrollment reclassification process, Trinity has moved up to 5A and into the Allegheny 6, along with Thomas Jefferson. Ringgold started last year with 3 wins in its first 4 games, but tasted victory only once over the final 5 weeks. The Rams held legitimate playoff hopes deep into the schedule a year ago, something they're hoping to extend this year under third-year head coach Robert Heller. Today's game on the WJPA Sports Network is brought to you in part by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County. By Washington Financial Bank, for 125 years, proud to be the bank that gets you. By Schweinebraten Bus Lines, the shiniest school buses in town, and they're looking for drivers like you. By Washington County Human Services, take the first step toward a healthier life. Call 724-228-1234. By Visit Green. Greene County has something for everyone. Log on visitgreen.org. And by Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation and Advanced Surgical Hospital. Coverage also brought to you by CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. By First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County, people you know, people you can trust. By Curtis Pharmacy in Washington, Claysville, Connellsville, Carmichaels, and online at curtispharmacy.com. By Keystone Custom Apparel, your fundraising go-to. Get started at KeystoneCustomApparel.com. By the Chambers Insurance Agency, protecting generations since 1953. By Camera Bartolotta for Pennsylvania Senate. Find out more at cameraforsenate.com. By Cornerstone Care, creating healthier tomorrows today. And by Valley View Farm, a premier wedding and event venue. Visit valleyviewfarmvenue.com. We'll take a look at the opening week schedule for Washington and Greene County teams when our pregame show continues on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
What does it mean to be the bank that gets you? It means we get to know you, so we can help with a loan to buy your new home, the checking account that earns you cash back, the IRA or CD that helps you plan for what's ahead, and tools that make banking easier. For your life, for what's next. The bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Join the team at Schweinebraten Bus Company, a family-owned business in Washington. Schweinebraten Bus Company is hiring. Earn highly competitive wages with paid training and sign-on bonus, plus holiday and loyalty bonuses. Learn more. Call 724-222-4113. Proudly serving the area since 1929. Schweinebraten Bus Company, the shiniest school buses in town. Looking for great drivers like you. Call today, 724-222-4113.
Welcome back to the Visit Greene County pregame show here on the WJPA Sports Network. Our audio and video coverage will be available at no cost to listeners and viewers throughout the regular season. Just a reminder, though, playoff video coverage and access will be through the NFHS portal under agreements with both the WPIAL and the PIAA. Over this year's first 5 weeks, that is through the end of September, we're going to feature 12 of the 14 Washington County schools at least once here on the network. That includes tonight's other featured game, Cannon-McMillan visiting Peters Township. Nate Rigotti anchors our broadcast, and he'll be joined by Nicholas Callis. Before we go any further on our broadcast, I want to take a moment and recognize our broadcast analyst partner, Bill Duquette, who has retired after many years in the booth, most of it beside Mark Uriah. Duke, who roamed the W&J sidelines for many years before putting on a radio headset, is going to focus on his own health and that of his son BJ, and we wish them both the very best. In addition to our game and the Canumack-Peters Township contest, opening night includes Mapletown visiting Avella, the first of 2 meetings between the Maples and Eagles again this year. McGuffey moves back to 2A, hoping to break a long losing skid. The Highlanders open at Bentworth. The Bearcats coming off a season in which they hosted a playoff game for the first time in years. Tim Trump returns home, taking over as Beth Center head coach. The Bulldogs hosting Brentwood. Burgettstown held out for years, playing a traditional second scrimmage, but it's out with the old and in with the new as the Blue Devils host Jeff Morgan tonight at Hill Memorial Stadium. California won the 2025 Tri-County South title and is poised to repeat, but the Trojans have themselves a formidable non-conference schedule before that, starting with Mohawk tonight. Then California will visit Fort Cherry and host Wash High the next 2 weeks. Both games we'll have for you on the WJPA Sports Network. Carmichael's travels to Leechburg. Oh boy, they probably left on Wednesday to get there. Charleroi just goes across the river to take on longtime rival Monessen. Fort Cherry is home to Chartiers Houston. The Bucks moving up to 2A this year. Wash High and Steel Valley open the season tonight at Campbell Field in Munhall. And West Green heads to the center part of Greene County to take on Waynesburg. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you caught this or not. This is week 1. No week 0. Kiss that puppy goodbye. Never made any sense to me at all. You start with 1. This is week 1. Coming up next, it's the Valley View Farm Coach's Corner. I'll chat with Ringgold head coach Robert Heller, then with the Hillers head coach Dan Knaus. That's when our pregame show continues, presented by Visit Greene County here on the WJPA Sports Network.
Hi, this is Washington County Commissioner Nick Sherman. Dealing with opioid addiction can be tough. The sooner you reach out for help, the better your chances of getting your life back on track. Whether you became addicted through prescriptions or other means, breaking free from the grip of opioids can be challenging. If you're ready to take the first step toward a healthier, drug-free life, please contact the Washington County Department of Human Services at 724-228-1234.
Greene County Tourism invites you to the King Cole Show in Carmichael's tomorrow, Saturday, August 28th. The final day of the festival starts at Wannabe Park with the car show at 10 a.m. The annual parade kicks off at 4. Then join us after at the Fire Hall for carnival rides, food vendors, bingo, and more. The Shadow Cats take the stage at 7 and will lead us right into the grand finale fireworks show at 10 p.m. Join us at the 71st Annual King Cole Show tomorrow in Carmichael's.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
Here in Coach's Corner with Ringgold head coach Robert Heller. 2 years ago, struggled, got the long losing streak snapped. Last year, 4 wins. What's the goal this year?
This is the first year we're coming in as a veteran group. These juniors have been playing since they've been freshmen. So this is the first year we're a veteran group.
One of the things that I know you talked about is buy-in. What's that mean at Ringgold football?
That culture they had a losing culture. Losing mindset. They were 0-27. I think that's 3.5 years of losing. And you win 2 the first year, you win 4 last year. Progress. Now it's time to win. You break the streak the first year, build off the first year into the second year. Now it's time to win.
Late in the season, just a couple of weeks to go, Ringgold's still talking about playoff opportunities last year. How do you take that next step?
These kids, I talk about the junior class a lot because I got them when they were in ninth grade. And we depend a lot on them. And they got their heads beat in for 2 years. And this is their year.
9 starters back on O, 10 on D. You got to love that kind of experience.
Absolutely. I'm sure everyone knows about Dimitri Lowe, Dennis Hawkins. I'm biased, but they're the two best athletes in the WPIAL, in my opinion.
What do you have to do to win tonight against a team that you're pretty familiar with as well?
Run the rock. They're going to get a lot of 11.
Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
Robert Heller, head coach of the Ringgold Rams. We'll have more on our pregame show here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Bank on your future for a brighter tomorrow with First Federal of Greene County. Open an Education Club savings account and start investing in your future today. Every dollar you save brings you one step closer to achieving your goals. Plus, you may qualify for a scholarship upon high school graduation. Visit any First Federal branch to start saving today or visit ffgc.bank for more information on account rules and scholarship eligibility. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, and MLS 458729.
If you're on medication, staying organized and on schedule is tough enough. Getting them filled should be easy. But if you have mobility issues or rely on others, it gets frustrating fast. I'm Eric Cushy, and Curtis Pharmacy has remedies to make getting meds simple, fast, and reliable. From vaccines and compounding to delivery, drive-through, and our Pack My Meds program that bundles your medications, sorted for the day and time you take them. Call or stop by Curtis Pharmacy, curtispharmacy.com.
Welcome into Coach's Corner. I'm with Trinity head coach Dan Knaus. Let's go back. The last time we talked on this field, Aliquippa, you guys are going in possibly for a score to go up 2, and then didn't get it finished. How do you get over that hump?
It's hard, but at the end of the day, everything is a learning experience, and we just got to build off of that experience, and we were a fraction away from being a championship team, and it starts with us as a coaching staff and just looking for every way we can improve and give these kids the best chance to win.
I know coaches always say next man up, but Jonah Williamson isn't here. Who's the next man up?
His production is going to be replaced by a bunch of guys. We believe in the guys we have on the field, but those touches will be distributed throughout 5 or 6 different guys.
Running back, Gardner back, was certainly a very important part, and that kind of experience cannot hurt this year.
Absolutely. Having him and Daniel Glass back in the backfield, both all conference performers in their own right, is a huge thing for our offense this year.
Sometimes it's the quarterback, sometimes it's the receiver. You got receivers with plenty of experience.
Yeah, we do. We return the bulk of our skill that was around Jonah, and we're excited to distribute the ball to them all.
You lose Jonah, and then you move up in class. I know McGuffey went through that kind of thing a couple of years ago when they lost everybody and then moved up to 3A. But you know these guys that you're going to play when you get to conference.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been playing the best of the best in preseason for the last 2 years. We've learned from it. We've made it better, but I think it's the next step for our program, and we don't look at it as a negative. We're excited about the challenge.
When you play Ringgold tonight, you know a lot about them. They get guys with a couple of years under their belts.
Yeah, absolutely. The program keeps improving. Coach is doing a great job. We as a program, having done this a few times, have been in their shoes, and you see it happening. So we respect what they're doing and the process of building a really nice program.
What do you have to do to win tonight?
We got to be the more physical team and control the ball, take care of the ball, and eliminate big plays and create big plays.
Trinity coach Dan Knaus. We'll have more on our pregame show here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Local teams and programs have raised thousands of dollars with fan club fundraisers at Keystone Custom Apparel. Fans go to their team's online store, select their favorite player, then donate $20 and customize their name to appear on the back. Every player gets a free t-shirt with names of their biggest fans, and fundraising checks are delivered within 3 weeks of the closing date. Start raising money now at KeystoneCustomApparel.com. KeystoneCustomApparel.com.
I'm Evan Chambers of Chambers Insurance Agency. You can't turn on the TV or scroll through social media without being bombarded by insurance commercials. They're everywhere, even on the radio. Low rates, big savings. We'll insure your pet iguana. Okay, maybe not the iguana. Sadly, many times you're not saving money, you're just getting your coverage slashed. By the time there's a claim, it's too late to see you've been duped. At Chambers Insurance, our goal is to improve your coverage and get you savings. We're local, family-owned, and we'll work with you to find the right coverage. Chambers Insurance, since 1953.
I'm Senator Camera Bartolotta. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. In 1988, I built and operated the Mon Valley's first drive-through quick lube, the Duke of Oil. As a small business owner who has called Washington County home for 4 decades, I'm deeply committed to making Washington, Greene, and Beaver counties a great place to raise a family, start a business, and retire with dignity. On November 3rd, I respectfully ask for your vote so we can keep our communities a great place to live. Paid for by Camera for Senate.
Welcome back to our pregame show ahead of Ringgold Trinity tonight here on WJPA AM and the WJPA Sports Network. Thanks to both head coaches chatting with us ahead of kickoff in the Valley View Farm Coach's Corner. Last year, Braden Berdar caught 3 passes, all for touchdowns, as Trinity rolled at Ringgold 48-14. Jonah Williamson finished with 227 yards passing, another 164 on the ground, including a pair of touchdown runs. Owen Gardner crossed the century mark on 16 carries, scoring on his final touch of the night. On the other side, Dimitri Lowe and Nick Stasko had the Rams scores both on passes from Dennis Hawkins. Berdar and Gardner are back for the Hillers. Williamson gone off to the Ivy League. Lowe, Stasko, Hawkins all return for the Rams. After battling for years in the 4A Big 7, Ringgold and Trinity are in different classes and different conferences this year. Trinity, after being the largest 4A school in the WPIL the past 2 seasons, is now in 5A and slotted into the Allegheny 6. The Hillers were joined in the upgrade by Thomas Jefferson. They'll match up with defending WPIL champion Peters Township, Bethel Park, Upper St. Clair, and West Allegheny. Ringgold stays put in 4A, but the Rams conference has undergone several changes. Trinity and Thomas Jefferson moved up. Bell Vernon moved down to 3A. Ringgold joined in the new Big 6 by Albert Gallatin and Uniontown, both of whom are returning to WPIL play after a couple of years on the independent route. And South Fayette moves down from the 5A Allegheny 6 and likely into the favorites role in the new conference. Trinity's won 9 straight games in this series and 12 of the last 17 since 2003. Bring my partner Jack Sacco. Hello there, young man.
Hey, Bob.
Last time we were at a football game, you were still a senior at W&J, and now you're an alum. Congratulations.
That's right. Thank you very much.
And back working at the old place.
That's right. Yeah, I'm glad to be back here at W&J in Washington. Great opportunity to once again work with you, Bob, work with WJPA, and it's always an honor to be able to work with you.
We're excited to have you. Dad's got Command Central all fired up and all the devices logged into different games, and we'll be hearing from him throughout the night.
Absolutely. He lives for this.
Indeed, and we certainly appreciate all that. A couple of notes from Coach's Corner. Just want to get your reaction. Dan Knaus wouldn't tell me next man up, but he said Jonah Williamson's yards are going to be picked up by a bunch of guys. He knows who's next man up.
And I think part of that, obviously Jonah Williamson was really tremendous all around. He could run it. He could throw it. His legs were probably the more dangerous thing. But luckily for this Hillers team, they have a great runner in Owen Gardner. He's a really, really strong running back. I believe he's going to Carnegie Mellon, which you and I may not want to hear, but he is a really, really talented player he had I think over 1,200 yards last season. I would be surprised if he doesn't topple that number this year. And then, between Owen Samagala, Jake Schreier, Brady Lehue, there's going to be a talented player at the quarterback position for Trinity. I would expect to see Samagala back there at least a little bit. Maybe this week they're going to mix it up and mix guys up at that position. We don't know. They wouldn't tell us, so we'll see.
The other thing that Dan did say that to win they have to be more physical, and certainly over the last 10 years, Trinity has been a much more physical football team.
Yeah, and last year, that was a team that at times, and not always, was a really, really tough team. I mean, they had some games where there was a lot of mental fortitude. We saw that in the TJ game last year where, they came out of halftime with a deficit and, flipped the switch right away and just dominated the second half of play. There were other times, though, where, maybe the toughness, the mental toughness wasn't as strong in that playoff loss to Aliquippa. There were some really disappointing plays in what was a very winnable game against the eventual champion in 4A last year. And, I think that left a little bit of a sour taste in the mouths of the Trinity faithful that, did experience what was a tremendous season last year.
As close to the vest as Dan Canals played it, Bean Heller has never been one to shy away from bravado, and sure enough, he's talking about he's got 2 of the 5 best athletes in all schools in the WPIL right off the bat.
Well, and that's obviously there's a long list of guys you can name for that, but as far as how those guys are as athletes, I mean he's not kidding that Hawkins and Lowe are really strong athletes. Lowe is a really good receiver. And it was a team that last year, didn't have the easiest time throwing the ball. He still picked up 688 yards in the receiving game. Lowe is really talented, and I would say he's one of the more talented receivers in the WPIL. And Hawkins, he's played. He's played now. I believe he was a freshman at Monessen, actually. He started there. He started here at Ringgold the last 3 years. He is a really talented and really experienced player at quarterback, and, those duos, sometimes, some games aren't always connected, but those are 2 guys, a lot of familiarity with each other, and that should be a duo that's pretty dangerous in 4A this year.
And the other thing that he said, you're going to get a lot of 11, and that's not 11 players, that's number 11, Nick Stasko. If Stasko runs well, that pass game gets wide open.
Absolutely, and Stasko played a good amount last year despite, being behind Amani Ward, who's now up here in Washington at W&J. Stasko had a nice game when we saw these 2 teams face off, and yeah, I think Bean's right. He's going to get the rock a lot this game and the rest of the season because, they're still kind of working out, I think, who's behind him anyway.
I understand coach speak and all that, but I got to tell you, I really appreciate a guy that, we don't cover Ringgold all the time, but we, at least every year we do. But I certainly appreciate being who he is, and he's going to tell me what it is, and it just puts it right out there. And I appreciate that.
There's some coaches, it's just kind of a philosophy thing. I mean, some coaches like to be out there with it, and they like kind of having that personality as a team where, like, hey, you know what we're going to give you. Try and stop it. And, they haven't been a team that's had a ton of success, but they're growing. And, look, preseason, there's a lot of people that think this Ringgold team is going to be really competitive in 4A and, could compete for, conference titles and things of that nature.
Well, and think about what's happened in 4A. Aliquippa's back to 3. TJ's up to 5. Yep. Trinity's up to 5. Yep. Like,
it's open. It's wide open. I mean, those have been the best teams, and it's going to be really interesting to see how 4A shakes out. I mean, it was a really competitive classification last year.
Yeah, and the committee talked about that was one of the hardest brackets they had to see. There's Trinity, an undefeated conference champion, but 5-4 overall.
Right, and there were teams in that same range that Trinity had played already, and an example of Montour, that was a team they had lost to, but maybe didn't have other things going for them. It's really interesting. That was an 8-team bracket that, going in, I think everybody thought the same thing. Like, any of these 8 teams could win it.
Rams taking the field. The Hillers will be along shortly. We're just about ready to take the lid off the 2026 WPIL high school football season. We'll get it started. The Ringgold Rams and the Trinity Hillers right here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
From the first steps in new love to every scraped knee and healing embrace, the obstacles they will overcome to the victories they will achieve. You have walked this path beside them, These are the moments you live for. By protecting their health with a regular schedule of care, they can fully embrace all of life's little moments. At Cornerstone Care, we create healthier tomorrows today.
To schedule an appointment, visit cornerstonecare.com/locations. Valley View Farm is the perfect venue for your wedding day. A rustic 1900s barn settled cozily among the rolling hills of Greene County, Valley View Farm provides a warm and welcome atmosphere. Weddings are the specialty, but Valley View is available to book for any event, and the barn is equipped with full heating and air conditioning to allow for year-round bookings. Wedding packages include a house DJ and a wedding coordinator, plus a staff that will take care of every need on your big day. To schedule a free tour, call 724-833-6426, valleyviewfarmvenue.com.
Hillers take the field. We are looking directly into a setting sun. An absolutely gorgeous night for high school football. Trinity in the new Allegheny 6 conference in 5A. Other teams there. Bethel Park is playing Hempfield tonight. Cannon McMillan is at Peters Township. Mike Evans returned to the Cannon McMillan sideline. Thomas Jefferson at Bell Vernon. TJ moving up to 5A. Bell Vernon down to 3A. Upper St. Clair and Mount Lebanon are playing at USC. Bruce Frank, new head coach at Mount Lebanon. And it's the return of Bob Palco as West Allegheny hosts Chartiers Valley. In the Big 6, Albert Gallatin takes on Burrell. AG returning to the WPIL. Laurel Highlands is taking on Mount Pleasant. South Fayette and West Mifflin squaring off. South Fayette moving down from 5A. And Uniontown and Brownsville, two teams returning to the WPIL, playing tonight at Redstone Field. My goodness, it's been a long time for the Brownsville Falcons since 2000 when they were last. That's their last competitive year in WPIL football. 2000. That's 26 years ago. And they were a force for 15 years.
That's before I was born.
Your dad will tell you about it. Ask him about Brownsville and a guy named Kitchen. He'll tell you all about it. All right, game officials. Norm Scarberry's the referee. Robert Roche, the umpire. Bill Dadowski, the head linesman. Line judges Anthony Rotellini. Michael Spinell is the field judge. Robert Quinn, the side judge. Taylor Hott's got the game clock. Rich Carlson, the play clock. And Jim Fiella, longtime PA announcer here at Hiller Field. Trinity, as has been their custom for a number of years, on the scoreboard side of the field. And Ringgold here on the grandstand side. And I think Hillers come out from the sideline. They're going to receive the kick, but they got to get it on the other side of the field. They're going to go from right to left across your radio and your video screen as well. Great to have all of you along, wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching. WJPA AM in Washington, online WJPA.com, the WJPA Sports Network link, our YouTube link, LinkedIn from our friends at NFHS, and Trib Live High School Sports Network. Great to be partnered with Trib again this year. We've been at this for Trib and its predecessors for over 20 years now, and we certainly appreciate that. Rams will kick it off. It will be Bill Cameron with the ball on the tee. The Hillers have Glass and Gardner back deep to receive. Cameron on the run up, and it's going to be a squib kick. Gets by the first wall and goes out of bounds. Boy, and the Hillers can take the ball in great field position. A little chicanery from Robert Heller on the opening kick. The Hillers can get great field position without a run back.
That was a good kick, actually, just a little bit too hard. That's what you want it to do, is get past that first line. But I like the aggressiveness there. First play of the year, try to cause some chaos. I like it.
Well, and it worked, too, because the Hillers' front wall started to set up their blocking right on the run-up, and that did not work out that well. But fortunately for Trinity, ball bounds out of bounds. So the Hillers on the kickoff out of bounds will take over at their own 45-yard line. Slot man motions to the far side, 2 backs, hand off to Gardner, trying to take it straight ahead, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then lunges out of a tackle to get just a yard.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Gardner just to get a yard. He was stacked up immediately by Nick Stasko, fought through it, but that's a really nice play from Stasko.
2nd down and 9 for Trinity, coming out of its own end at the 44-yard line. 2 receivers top the formation, Jameer Johnson and Chase Kostelnik. 2 backs in the backfield as well. 2nd down and 9. High snap. Boy, we saw plenty of that last year. Having to go back and get it is Sam McGallen trying to go wide and can't get back to the line of scrimmage.
That bad snap took everything off time, and Sam McGallen was kind of caught behind the 8 ball there. The lead blockers both missed their assignment in Glass and Gardner, and you're going to get your quarterback rocked.
You know, we talked in the pregame about trying to score to go up by 2 scores, and bad snaps really thwarted that opportunity. And then a bad snap put the ball well back here near midfield for when Aliquippa took over and went on to score the go-ahead. 3rd down and about 13. Sam McGallen tosses to the right. Jameer Johnson got off 1 hit, but then cleaned up shy of the midfield stripe. And it'll bring up 4th down and about 6.
That was just an attempt to get a few yards and maybe let your playmaker and Johnson make a guy miss, but that was a good rally from Ringgold getting over there, make that play. It was Hawkins helping out Cam Trilly.
Dimitri Lowe back deep to receive should the Hillers punt. They did run their punter up out of that deep set. Now have backed him up once again. And we're going to get a timeout for Ringgold. 9:53 to play opening quarter. 4th down and about 6 for the Hillers when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
What does it mean to be the bank that gets you? It means we get to know you, so we can help with a loan to buy your new home, the checking account that earns you cash back, the IRA or CD that helps you plan for what's ahead, and tools that make banking easier. For your life, for what's next. The bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hillers after the timeout, another bad snap. This one probably 3 feet over the head of punter Jake Schreier, and he goes back and just covers the ball back at the Trinity 16-yard line.
Yeah, that's just not the start to your special team season that you want to see there with just the snap that, I mean, I don't know if there's a human on earth that could have even come close to touching that ball. It was so far back there.
Well, as we talked, first of all, that's a 33-yard loss. And the ball to Ringgold, 1st and 10 at the Trinity 16. Running play, it is going to be Stasko weaving his way through traffic, fights his way forward inside the 15 and down at about the 12, a gain of 4. Boy, you talk about sudden changes when you get turnovers and when you're planning to punt the ball and you never get a chance to put their foot to it and give up 33 yards and the ball inside your own 20. That's a sudden change. Yep. A little over 3 minutes remaining in our opening quarter. Now 3 receivers set to the right, motion and reset to the left. On the quarterback keeper, trying to go wide. It's Hawkins. Hawkins off first contact, second contact. Flag comes in where that contact was. Might be an illegal tackle attempt.
No, I think this was going to be a block in the back on Ashton Minson.
Yep, I believe you are right. The umpire going to mark this off. He is walking toward or setting up to walk toward the Ringgold offensive unit. Waiting on referee Norm Scarberry to give us the what for. Holding is going to be the indication, and ruling was declined. So the tackle back at the 15-yard line. The Hillers will take the play and the loss of yardage for Hawkins. So now 3rd down and about 9 at the 15. That was Lowe, Nichols, and Conroy, the 3 receivers who were set to the right, then reset on the left side with another receiver, Minson, and Minson got caught with the grab. 3rd and 9. And the play clock was out, or a timeout, where I think we're going to get the timeout Ringgold. It would be their second. 8:30 to play opening quarter. Scoreless, 3rd down and 9 when we come back for Ringgold here on the WJPA Sports Network.
Join the team at Schweinebraten Bus Company, a family-owned business in Washington. Schweinebraten Bus Company is hiring. Earn highly competitive wages with paid training and sign-on bonus, plus holiday and loyalty bonuses. Learn more. Call 724-222-4113. Proudly serving the area since 1929. Schweinebraten Bus Company, the shiniest school buses in town. Looking for great drivers like you. Call today, 724-222-4113.
Hello, I'm Jason Walsh, the District Attorney for Washington County. The sale of opioids is causing a nationwide crisis and contributing to the increase in drug overdose deaths. We are losing 15 Pennsylvanians a day to drug overdose. If you notice any suspicious drug activity, such as the unauthorized distribution of prescription drugs, report it anonymously to the Washington County District Attorney's Drug Task Force at 1-800-281-0070.
Hawkins, after the timeout, scrambles and gets down inside the 5-yard line. Get a look at that play. Thank you to modern technology. Nice move in the backfield. Hawkins runs for 10 and the season's first down. Now with a single back, Hawkins hands to Stasko. Grabbed down in the backfield. Going to lose a yard or so.
Ian Holub on that play, tackle for a loss. He just burst right through. Unblocked, really, coming across there was Owen Conroy, and he just decided to go after the inside man and left Stasko and Holub one-on-one.
Spot that at the 6 for the loss of 1. 2nd down and goal at the 6-yard line. Stasko, the single back behind Hawkins. Hawkins hands the running play going to the left. He's inside the 5 and into the end zone before contact, but there is a flag down at the 10-yard line. That may be a formation issue.
Yep, that's what it's going to be. That's what the VAR official signaled.
Procedure penalty, misaligned. Well, if you're Robert Heller, a couple of fouls already, 1 hold, and now the procedure penalty, plus the kickoff out of bounds.
Yeah, and that one takes points off the board. Now, 2nd and long. Still have plays to go here, but that one hurts.
2nd and goal should be at the 11-yard line. We'll call it that. Speaking of 11, Stasko takes the ball and goes left, but gets only back to the line of scrimmage. Good perimeter defense for the Hillers.
Yeah, and right there, trying to run a similar play, this time without any motion, but that time the Hillers wise to it, get a swarm of bodies on that side to take down Stasko.
Shootout in Ellsworth. McGuffey 7, Bentworth 7 early on. Trip set to the right. 3rd down and goal at the Trinity 11 for Ringgold. Trying to draw first blood. One of the trips, motions. Quarterback scrambles around, going to get hit and tossed down at the 14. Sack, loss of 3.
Yeah, it's just a really great rush right there. I believe that was Owen Gardner. Initially beats his man. It was the tackle, but great finishing right there from Gardner. He flushes Hawkins up in the pocket and finishes it.
Bill Cameron, what's the block down at the 20-yard line? 30-yard field goal attempt. Pretty much straight on, just inside the far hash mark. Snap, holder good. The kick is good. Slides inside the right upright, and Ringgold indeed takes advantage of the good field position and gets on the board. 5:57 to play, opening quarter. Ringgold 3, Trinity nothing. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Greene County Tourism invites you to the King Cole Show in Carmichael's tomorrow, Saturday, August 28th. The final day of the festival starts at Wannabe Park with the car show at 10 a.m. The annual parade kicks off at 4. Then join us after at the Fire Hall for carnival rides, food vendors, bingo, and more. The Shadow Cats take the stage at 7 and will lead us right into the grand finale fireworks show at 10 p.m. Join us at the 71st Annual King Cole Show tomorrow in Carmichael's.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation. 6 plays from scrimmage plus the 30-yard field goal for the Rams to cover the 16 yards, but they get it done. 3-0, Ringgold leading, just under 6 minutes remaining. This time we will get a deep kick. Gardner sees the ball sail over his head and 7 yards deep in the end zone for the touchback. Another score update, Cannon McMillan 2, Peters Township nothing. They're in the first inning. Mac getting their head coach back, Mike Evans, and our best wishes continue for him and his battle with cancer, and back on the sidelines this year. Peters Township coming off a WPIL championship and PIAA semifinal appearance, looking to find the pieces to get right back there. Trinity first and 10 at its own 20-yard line. Couple of snap problems already, this time not an issue. Option, run around the right side. A little hesitant by Samagala. He's going to end up only with a gain of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 at best. When you decide to keep, you just got to take it and go.
Yeah, he was hesitant, and I thought they were in good position to make a nice play there for Trinity. It was a good tackle coming in by Dominic Fonzie as well as Dennis Hawkins.
Just a note statistically, the snap over the head of the punter is called a center pass. That is a team rushing loss, not charged to any individual player. Gain of 1 yard on first down, 2nd down and 9. Pitch to the near side. Gardner had to make a man miss just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They will be credited back to the plays line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd down and 9.
That was Cam Trilly making the play after an initial miss from Stasko, but it did enough to slow down Gardner on that little toss out left.
3rd and 9. Hillers facing their second straight possession with an and 3rd and long situation. Samagala flushed out. Going to tuck it and run. Gets a block at the edge. 30, 35, and hit down at the sideline. And it is a 1st down.
Good decision there. That time Samagala, Reed wasn't there on the pass play and just tucked and ran, and he got a nice block out front by Gardner. That's what really made that an easy 1st down.
16 yards on the scramble for Owen Samagala, the 6', 170-pound junior quarterback.
Samagala is a nice athlete. We saw him at receiver for this team last year make some plays.
Oh, high snap, handoff. Nope. Samagala keeps after faking to Gardner and fights his way only back to the line of scrimmage.
think that time he just made the wrong move because it looked like that defender who he's reading was going right at him, and Gardner had some daylight out to the right.
2nd and 10 from the 37. Trinity coming out from its own end again. Sam Magalla with a clean pocket. Across the middle, pass behind the intended target and picked off. The return inside the Trinity 35-yard line.
It's Cam Trilly. He made a really nice tackle a few plays ago, and that time Sam Magalla just threw that one into traffic. There are a few defenders there.
Trilly with the pick and the return to the 31-yard line. Ringgold already up 3-0. And the second big break in the Rams' favor comes with 3:34 to play opening quarter.
That's a tough one. You make a really nice play to flip the downs there, and then on 2nd and long, you just Sam Magalla, that's a risk you don't want to take right there.
1st and 10 at the Trinity 31-yard line. Hawkins gets the snap. Stasko stays home to block. Pass down the far sideline, and receiver ends up out of bounds. Makes the catch, but that was a pass that could not have been caught in bounds because of Daniel Glass's position. And we're close to face guarding that. He's running facing the receiver and got the hands up, but not in the face. And there's just no way that ball could have been caught in bounds.
Yeah, I thought that was a good defense from Glass, who, he really thrives on this end of the ball defensively. But that's a matchup that Hawkins is going to take his chances on with low one-on-one.
3 receivers bunched to the left, single receiver to the right. 2nd down and 10 at the Trinity 31. Hawkins looking to throw back to the left, but that too well covered. He's giving ground now, just going to throw the ball over the Ringgold bench.
And there's a flag down right at the line of scrimmage.
No indication yet.
It's going to be a man downfield.
Well, the flag's only 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. I mean, that shouldn't be the case. If that's where he was, that's not that.
They're picking it up.
Oh, still didn't get an indication. Let's here we go. Ineligible man. Way to go, Eagle Eye. And penalty is declined. 2nd time the Hillers have taken the results of the play. 3rd down and 10 now at the Trinity 31. Almost certainly 4 down territory for the Rams. The Hillers jump on the hard clap of the hands by Hawkins and get snookered into an offside. And it wasn't just one.
And as my dad would say, this is a Trinity team that so far in this early part of the game has not been buttoned up.
That is a John Sacco phrase. Waynesburg leads West Green 6-0 early on. Here it's 3-0 Ringgold up on Trinity. Running play, Stasko tried to bow it back and got his. He stepped through the hole, but pushed that pile the other direction and is going to get very close to that 1st down marker at the 21.
It looked like he was going to get stacked up for maybe a gain of just 2, but kept the legs churning, came in, got some help. Or really, the Trinity defender gave him some help pulling him towards that 1st down line. He was able to pick it up.
So 1st and 10 at the Trinity 21. 2 first downs for the Rams, 1 for the Hillers. 2:40 to play in our opening quarter. Ringgold up 3-0 on the Bill Cameron 30-yard field goal. Stasko takes the handoff, tried to cut back to his left, stood up at the 20, got off of that, and kept the hand to keep him from going to the ground, and picks up 6.
Man, that's back-to-back really tough runs. This one starts Stasko towards the inside. He reads his blocker, and it was a good defensive play on the inside. I think that was Daniel Oyedemi, but he just shrugged it off. Actually, that was Tegan Barr coming in to make the tackle, and Barr just wasn't able to finish the play.
A gain of 6 on the second effort run for Stasko. 5 carries here in the opening 10 minutes of the game. 2nd down and 4 at the 15. Stasko gets the call again and leans the pile forward to about the 11, and that's close to a 1st down. And now contact out of bounds and a late flag. Kostelnik engaged over here on the near side with Dimitri Lowe, and they were both outside the big wide stripe on the sideline, and then flag came flying. Personal foul against Trinity, personal foul against Ringgold, so nobody did anything.
Yeah, and I think that's the right ruling there, because they both were out of bounds there, literally and figuratively, just giving it to each other.
Stasko gets credit for 4 and another 1st down. Now 1st and 10 at the Trinity 11-yard line. Under a minute and a half to play in our opening quarter. Ringgold up 3-0.
It's a big opportunity.
Clock about to run out, and it is out, and I think Ringgold's going to end up using their 3rd and final timeout here on the field that Ed Dalton made that famous.
Yeah.
1:16 to play here in the opening quarter. Timeout, Ringgold. We're back on the WJPA Sports Network in just a moment.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Ringgold.
Bank on your future for a brighter tomorrow with First Federal of Greene County. Open an Education Club savings account and start investing in your future today. Every dollar you save brings you one step closer to achieving your goals. Plus, you may qualify for a scholarship upon high school graduation. Visit any First Federal branch to start saving today, or visit ffgc.bank for more information on account rules and scholarship eligibility. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, and MLS 458729.
Out of the timeout, the Rams guilty of a false start. So instead of 1st and 10 at the 11, it's going to be 1st and 15 at the 16. The timeout was forced because the play clock was running out. The Rams coaches here in the box came over to the this side and objected to when the play clock started on that previous penalty enforcement, but no change to that. Hawkins with a play fake, rolls left, sets, throws, has a man at the back of the end zone, but led him too far, and the pass is incomplete.
Yeah, right there, Hawkins had Lowe streaking across the back of the end zone. It was going to be a little bit of a tight window, but he had him, just missed him. He also had an open receiver in Leslie Nicholas. But just a miss there as Hawkins was thrown across his body.
Hawkins 0 for 3 through the air.
This is 2 opportunities for Ringgold where really starting drives with great field position. They don't want to have to settle for another field goal.
2nd and 15 at the Trinity 16. Stasko maybe got there a little early, took the handoff, and does a nice job to get to the 14-yard line, but I don't think Hawkins was really ready for Stasko to be there when he ended up handing him the ball.
I actually thought Stasko was moving towards the line at the time of the snap. I thought, it was close, but that's one that he could have called him for a procedure penalty as well.
And now we get to a 3rd down and 13 at the Trinity 14-yard line. 35 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Again, Ringgold is out of timeouts. 2 eligible receivers each way. Hawkins keeps it himself, trying to get to the edge. Flag down from the referee, and now one from the wing official as well. Hawkins got down to about the 7-yard line on the run. The Hillers twice have declined penalties and taken the play, but I think in this close, you're going to take the penalty and back them up from that point.
And that time it was, I believe it was Gavin Lowe, receiver. He was the lead blocker out front for Hawkins, and he just, I think, was unsure of which way Hawkins was going to go, and that caused him to hook the defender.
So statistically, Hawkins will get credit for 4 yards to the 10. Then the holding penalty, which was beyond the line of scrimmage, will take it back to the 20. So you have 10 hold after a 4 gain. Now 3rd and 19 at the Trinity 20, final 10 seconds of the quarter. The Rams do not have to snap it. You know what I always say, if you have the lead and you don't have to snap the ball, you don't snap the football. And the Rams will walk away and end the quarter and head down the other end. We'll be there when they get there. 3-0 Ringgold after 1, back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
This is Eric Cushy from Curtis Pharmacy with big news. We are now accepting all Medicare Part D plans, including UPMC and Highmark. Service and care you need from a local provider you trust, including vaccines, compounding, delivery, and our Pack My Meds program. 90-day supplies are available too. Visit us in Claysville, Washington, Carmichaels, and our new location on Arch Street in Connellsville, or visit us on the web at curtispharmacy.com.
Local teams and programs have raised thousands of dollars with fan club fundraisers at Keystone Custom Apparel. Fans go to their team's online store, select their favorite player, then donate $20 and customize their name to appear on the back. Every player gets a free t-shirt with names of their biggest fans, and fundraising checks are delivered within 3 weeks of the closing date. Start raising money now at KeystoneCustomApparel.com. KeystoneCustomApparel.com.
Couple of score updates for you. Waynesburg now up on West Green 12-0. It's Charleroi 7, Monessen 6, South Fayette 7, and West Mifflin 0. Fort Cherry 14-0 up on Chartiers Houston. Teams have changed ends of the field. 3rd down and 19 for Ringgold. Ball at the far hash mark. Hawkins takes the snap, flushed out of the pocket, dumps off a screen pass, is caught about the 18-yard line, and the catch by Stasko carried down to about the 8. So needed 19 and got about 12 out of it.
I like the process there. You haven't been able to protect Hawkins so far early in this game from the Trinity pass rush, and so you just try a little dump screen, and now you have options at least.
First completion of the game for Dennis Hawkins. 4th down and goal at the Trinity 8-yard line. Fourth down and 7 at the Trinity 8. Rams can get a first down. Hawkins takes the snap. Now going to get flushed out, trying to run away from the pressure, keeping the play alive, throws in the end zone, ball knocked down, incomplete. Defending it was Jameer Johnson, and the ball will go over on downs.
Yeah, it was good sack avoidance from Hawkins to just keep that play alive. He looked for Gavin Lowe in the back of the end zone, and Johnson just had him plastered. That's how you do it. You plaster in coverage once that quarterback breaks free.
Well, the Hillers now in a situation where, go back to what Dan Canal said in the pregame, we got to be more physical. Well, they haven't been. They've given up yardage after play, when it looked like a play defensively was stopped. And now offensively, got to get the center quarterback exchange down. They've had trouble with that on several snaps, including the disastrous one on the punt on the first possession. Coming out from their own end zone, basically, 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line. Set up, pass play, near side, man running free out over the 30. Nice reach out for the grab and just could not hang on to it. Contact jarred the ball loose from Braden Berdar.
Yeah, Berdar ran a great route to get open. It was a little wheel play. Goes to the flat, fakes out the defensive back, but he just got plastered by Dimitri Lowe. Great play by Lowe, and from that safety spot to get over and eliminate a big play.
One of the things on that play that Sam Agallo will learn, they got to put a little more zip on that. When you see the guy break, and you don't have to just lay it out there and let him run under it when help can arrive, and surely it did. 2nd and 10 from the 8-yard line. Running play, it's Gardner taking it up the middle over the 10 to about the 13. Gain of about 5, maybe 6.
Good run from Gardner. He got a nice hole there to run through, and I honestly thought that had some danger for Ringgold, but they've been rally tackling pretty well in this game so far.
Those are the kind of plays that we saw Gardner over and over last year break and turn into 40-yard runs and sometimes longer. So now 3rd down and 4 at the 14. Sam Agala throws it complete behind the line of scrimmage, and Avari Chandler is tackled for a loss of 5.
Man, that's just another great play by Dimitri Lowe. He's known for his abilities as a receiver, but, I mean, he single-handedly saved that possession for the Rams coming in. Big breakup and a big tackle for a loss.
Punt formation for the Hillers. Lowe standing at the Trinity 45-yard line. First things first, the Hillers have to get the snap to the punter, and it goes through his hands. He tried to catch that low snap, and it went through his hands, and it's a safety for Ringgold. Free kick coming up. 9:43 to play, first half. Ringgold 5, Trinity nothing on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Hi, this is Mac Chambers of Chambers Insurance Agency. For over 70 years, we've been here for you, your family, and your business. At a time in which premiums continue to rise and policy coverage is more confusing and limited than ever before, we're proud to be your trusted guides. No gimmicks or surprises, just real protection at the best possible price. Personal, business, or bonds, will keep it simple and straightforward, just as we've always done. Chambers Insurance, helping you navigate today's insurance world. Learn more at chambersinsurance.com.
I'm Senator Kama Bartolotta, and I'm running for re-election to keep fighting for working families in the 46th District. I've delivered real results for Washington, Greene, and Beaver counties, supporting good-paying jobs, holding data centers and government agencies accountable, and standing strong with law enforcement. I'll keep working to grow our economy, unleash Pennsylvania's energy, expand healthcare access, and lower your taxes so you keep more of your hard-earned money. On November 3rd, I'm asking for your vote so I can keep delivering for you. Paid for by Camera for Senate.
One other score update for you. Thomas Jefferson 14, Bell Vernon nothing. They may not be in the same class. They may not be in the same section. Those two schools don't like each other on the football field.
No. No, they don't. That was a great rivalry. The Mon Valley.
Cooper Cincinnati with the ball teed up. And now the play being whistled dead. Get a count here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 for Ringgold. Too many men. Illegal participation. And they were going to play. There you go. Move the ball up to the 25-yard line. 5 penalties on Ringgold. Avella 13, Mapletown nothing. California and Mohawks scoreless end of 1. How about that schedule for California to start? Test test what you brought back. Mohawk, Fort Cherry, Wash High to open. Hello.
And Fort Cherry and Wash High are 2 teams that California's hoping to see later.
Free kick will be fielded back at the 18-yard line. Good job there by Cincinnati and great coverage. Return man stopped shy of the 30-yard line. Outstanding play for the Hillers all the way around.
Tegan Barr just raced down there. Ashton Minson on that return, and Barr plastered him. To hold Ringgold to just the 28-yard line on a kick after a safety is huge with how far backed up you are.
Yeah, that's a 10-yard return for Minson to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 Rams. Ringgold leading 5-0. Swing pass backwards, double pass coming up. Flag is down as well. Ball floated down into trouble and nearly picked off by Jameer Johnson.
Yeah, that's one Johnson's going to want back because that one was just floated way up there and way behind the receiver. Something that Ringgold did a lot last year, and I think Trinity was somewhat wise to it.
Illegal shift is the penalty indication. The question, are the Hillers going to take the yardage? Are they going to go with the down? All right, they are going to mark it off. After a couple of times earlier, Trinity declined penalties that did not result in positive yardage. This time they'll take it. So the ball back to the 23-yard line, 35 yards in mark-offs. Minson motions near side, now back the other way. He's got to reset because one of the other receivers moved. Okay, everybody set. We're legal at that point. Roll out to the right by Hawkins. Dump it back near side. Player hit and knocked down immediately. That's Leslie Nichols, who's going to get only back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Trinity kind of messed up the timing of that play right away. That was not the cleanest looking operation. Offensively for Ringgold, it has just seemed like not everybody's been on the same page. It looks like they're not always coming out in the proper formation. There's been multiple procedure penalties. It's just not been very clean so far.
Two receivers to the top of the formation for Hawkins. He's got a tight slot and a wide receiver here at the bottom of the set. Boy, hard clap. The slot guy moved but didn't move his feet, and the Hillers almost jumped but did not. And Stasko going to take the handoff and run it up the middle, trying to direct traffic out in front. Going to get 5, maybe 6 yards, close to the 29-yard line, back just across the original line of scrimmage after the free kick.
It was a well-blocked play. That was really the most room we've seen Stasko have thus far, and really would have probably had 3 or 4 more yards if he hadn't run into his own blocker that stopped all his momentum.
8 carries for 26 yards here in the early going. Update to Monessen 12, Charleroi 7.
Talk about a Mon Valley rivalry right there. It's a big one.
3rd down and 9. And flag prior to the snap, false start. Ball back to the 24. 7 first half penalties in less than 18 minutes.
That's not how you want to come out in week 1. Both teams, I mean, just struggling to get off the block with these offensive plays.
Twins wide each way. 3rd down and 14. Hawkins, straight drop. Now forced to step up. Now going to try to run. Runs out of a tackle. Reloads. Pass caught out across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down.
I was getting ready to say, if you're Ringgold, you can't give up a sack on a three-man rush. Well, if you're Trinity, you can't whiff twice when going after the quarterback. And right there, that's a great throw by Hawkins across his body just to get that into the hands of his dynamic playmaker Lowe.
17 yards on the pickup and a 1st down. Peters Township in front of Canamac now 3-2. Bullpen game going on there. Trinity going to take a timeout. 6:57 to play, 2nd quarter. Ringgold 5, Trinity nothing. Back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
From the first steps in new love to every scraped knee and healing embrace, the obstacles they will overcome to the victories they will achieve. You have walked this path beside them. These are the moments you live for. By protecting their health with a regular schedule of care, they can fully embrace all of life's little moments. At Cornerstone Care, we create healthier tomorrows today.
To schedule an appointment, visit cornerstonecare.com/locations.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Ringgold first and 10 at its own 41-yard line after the 17-yard pass play on the scramble by Hawkins. Hawkins stands in a really pristine pocket, flag down in the defensive secondary. Hawkins is down back at his own 36-yard line. But this has the look of defensive holding coming up against the Hillers.
Yeah, I didn't see it right away, but you look over and saw Dimitri Lowe on the ground. That's usually going to go against the defensive player, and yep, that's exactly what it's going to be.
Yep, holding on the defense. Another first down for Ringgold. Now take the ball into Trinity territory, so the Rams, after being backed up to their own 29-yard line, have scrambled out of there. And the first down is their 5th of the game. Trinity has 1. Oh my. Penalty number 8 to be enforced against Ringgold. False start. Couple of alignment penalties, an offensive holding penalty, 3 false starts, and an illegal shift, not to mention a kickoff out of bounds.
Yeah, this is sure looked like a week 1 game.
Actually, might even look like week 0.
Yeah.
Hawkins keeps it himself and has blockers. 50, 45, 40, and down close to the first down. Got about 14 and a half, needed 15.
And the vast majority of that was just untouched. There was really no one in the zip code. It looked like the defender, Avari Chandler, was the read there, and Chandler just completely lost track of who had the ball, and that left that sideline wide open for Hawkins.
So second down and 1 at the Trinity 40. Ringgold leading 5-0 halfway through the second quarter. Hawkins started to roll right, now in trouble, and 4 Hillers are there to keep him hemmed in and take him down at about the 42.5.
Yeah, it's just a play where it's supposed to, I think, be a run without the blockers were engaged, and there was no receiver downfield, and it's one where Hawkins can't throw it because he'll take a penalty if he does.
Well, and based on the shouting next door, which is the Ringgold coach's booth, I don't think Ringgold was in the right formation. It sounded like the 3 receivers were supposed to be bunched this way, and they definitely were not. So now third down and 3 for Ringgold. Hawkins fakes right, dumps the ball down the middle of the field, and coming back and nearly making a grab. The Hillers standing watching the ball, and the receiver duck underneath, but just couldn't make the catch. I think it was Nichols, an incomplete pass.
And that's Johnson again, who really this time, if he takes 2 steps back, that one falls into his hands.
And now fourth down for Ringgold, 4th and 3. Clock stopped with 5 minutes and change remaining in this opening half. Ringgold does not have a timeout. They're making personnel switches, and I'm thinking they got to punt the ball here, right?
Yeah, and they got to be quick about it because they decided that pretty late. Already down to 10.
Well, here's the other thing. If you're going to punt the ball, taking a penalty doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think if you're Ringgold here, you got to punt the ball. Trinity has 1 first down and negative yardage at approaching the half.
Yeah, they're all right with taking it, I think, here.
And they'll take the delay of game. Ball back to the 47-yard line. Daniel Glass back to receive the kick. Ashton Minson lined up to punt. It's a little right side pressure, but steps up away from that. Glass settles under it at the 13-yard line, trying to go wide left, up over the 20. Stumbles and out of bounds across the 25. So a return of about 14 yards on that kick.
Yeah, he was pressured there by Desire Satterfield after Glass fielded that, and Satterfield chased him out, and he's did a good job doing so because there wasn't a lot of gold helmets over on that side.
Yeah, 34-yard punt, 14 on the run back. Best offensive play of the night for Trinity. Hiller's down 5-0, but good drive here can wipe that all away. Hillers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Have not gotten into an offensive rhythm yet. Owen Gardner takes the call. He could change that up over the 40. First down run for Owen Gardner. Bowing his way back to that left hash mark and picks up about 15 or so.
Yeah, that's great work from Gardner. Just got a hole, and you mentioned before, when he gets a hole like that, it can quickly turn into a huge play.
That one turns into 16 on their first down. Be Gardner again running the left side. Drives the pile backwards, picks up almost 6. Yeah, call it 5, right at 5. The ball out to the Trinity 48 just like that. Runs of 16 and 5. And the Hillers at the line of scrimmage. 2 backs, 1 each way. Pass play to the left side is caught into Ringgold territory. Slip and tackle down the sideline. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Chase Kostelnik.
Big time right there. It's just a little quick curl. Gets it to Kostelnik, and he does the rest. Makes 2 different Ringgold players miss along that sideline. Hawkins had the second shot at him, and Kostelnik just leaped over the diving Hawkins. Easy one after that.
Kostelnik catch and run for 52 and the touchdown. 3:57 to play opening half. Trinity in front. Said that when they took over possession. You know, could change just like that or wipe away a first half of frustration. Extra point kick chipped over the rush, and the kick is good. Trinity 7, Ringgold 5. With 3:57 to play second quarter. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network presented by CNX Foundation.
What does it mean to be the bank that gets you? It means we get to know you, so we can help with a loan to buy your new home, the checking account that earns you cash back, the IRA or CD that helps you plan for what's ahead, and tools that make banking easier. For your life, for what's next. The bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Join the team at Schweinebraten Bus Company, a family-owned business in Washington. Schweinebraten Bus Company is hiring. Earn highly competitive wages with paid training and sign-on bonus, plus holiday and loyalty bonuses. Learn more. Call 724-222-4113. Proudly serving the area since 1929. Schweinebraten Bus Company, the shiniest school buses in town. Looking for great drivers like you. Call today, 724-222-4113.
Kenny McMillan with a field goal back in front of Peters Township. Now 5-3 Big Mac's lead. Trinity here 7-5 lead on Ringgold. Cooper Cincinnati on the run up. This kick is a short kick. Going to be caught back at around the 18-yard line, 19-yard line thereabouts. Having to get back and get it was Gavin Lowe, and he caught that kickoff running toward the goal line he's defending.
Yeah, he got tripped up by his own teammate. That was Cy Carter.
A return out to the 27, so 8 yards on the Gavin Lowe return. Boy, now if you're Ringgold, you want to try to find an answer. You've had golden field position. You've been gifted great position multiple times. And you get 5 points to show for it.
Yeah, they have left a lot of meat on the bone. And, you know, last year when these two teams faced off, it was a tale of two halves.
Toss to the near side, and Stasko able to get to the edge, and he's going to pick up a first down.
Nice run by Stasko. Just took that toss, made the first man miss, and there was a lot of room over there for him to rumble for the first.
9 carries for 36 yards for Stasko. 6 first downs in the game now for the Rams.
And 9 for 36. It's 4 yards a pop. It has not been easily gained for him either. There's not been a lot there other than maybe 2 plays.
1st and 10 from the 37. Toss to the right. Little bobble by Stasko. Had to gather it in, and he's going to get stopped after a gain of about 4. Got just across the 40-yard line. 3:05 to play first half, and Ringgold does not have a timeout remaining.
And when Ringgold's gotten to the perimeter, it's actually been more roomy over there for Stasko. They should keep trying that, but now they got to try to get a chunk on one of these plays. You know, now 2nd and medium. I think you throw it here twice. Try to get a big play.
Second down, 6 at the 41. The Rams try to get set. And now slot right comes in motion, takes that little flip pass, put a foot in the ground and turn it up the field. Going to get about 5 out of it. And try to find a way to get the ball in the hands of Lowe.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do sometimes, you know, when you have a great skill player that you're having a tough time getting it to him because you can't protect your quarterback. You just have to try to generate touches, and right there, that's a good one. Now it sets up 3rd and short.
3rd down and a yard to go. Hawkins leaning and takes the snap, gets the first down, got stood up. But the second effort going to get him to midfield with just over 100 seconds to play in the half and a first down.
Once again, I mean, Ringgold, they haven't been clean offensively in terms of getting plays in, so it's going to be kind of tough. But they got to do their best to work quickly because, you know, 90 seconds is a lot of time, but when you have no timeouts, it really isn't. You got to try to get the opportunities when you have them. That clock's still ticking, and they're kind of moving very methodically.
Now they run a guy in off the bench. Now up onto the line of scrimmage. Trips to the right, snaps on the ground. And the Hillers say they have it.
Yeah,
and Trinity has 2 timeouts to work with.
That ball never even got out from under the center. I've never seen that before where I think the center snapped it off of his own behind and it just went straight down.
Edric Williams with the fumble recovery. Did he think that it was a similar play to the play before where Hawkins was under center?
Maybe. That's not an error that I've ever really seen made. Now Hawkins got a good view of it here on the camera. Hawkins real shaken up. That's not a good sight to see.
Trinity with the ball in hand, 62 seconds to play in the half. Ball is at the Ringgold 48-yard line. Single receiver wide each way. High snap, ball juggled there, and Sam McGalley does a nice job to keep the possession.
Late flag. I think this is going to go against Ringgold.
Flag is right in the center of the field, right at the line of scrimmage. Sam McGalley taken down. You know, he had to go high again. Hillers have to get this buttoned up. It was a problem all last year, and it was really a big part of why they lost the playoff game to Aliquippa.
Yeah, we saw it against Ringgold last year. It was a big reason why in the first half that was a really competitive game up until right before halftime, and Trinity made it that way because of all the errors.
Personal foul against Ringgold will take the ball to the Ringgold 40-yard line. First down and 2. High pass to the far side is caught. Going to get a first down, but unable to get free as Kostelnik and tackled inbounds. They're going to put the ball at the 36. Completion good for 4, but a new set of downs. Running play, Gardner got off contact once, can't get off it again, and is going down at the 30-yard line. I think Trinity's going to use its second timeout, and indeed they will. Gardner gain of 6, and Trinity will use the timeout. 25 seconds to play in the half. 7-5 Hillers back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Hello, I am Washington County Commissioner Electra Janis. Dealing with opioid addiction can be incredibly challenging, but it is possible to overcome. Opioids, whether prescribed or obtained illegally, are highly addictive and can lead to dependence and misuse. Early intervention significantly improves recovery outcomes, so please reach out to our County Department of Human Services at 724-228-1234 to start your journey today.
Trinity has 1 timeout remaining, 25 seconds to play in the half. Ball at the Ringgold 30-yard line. It is 2nd down and 4. Gardner up to 34 yards now on 6 carries. Ringgold, 10 penalties for 65 yards. Remind me to give you a stat update there with Jack with that penalty yardage. Pass play down the far numbers, running under a touchdown, Kostelnik.
Wow, huge play again. Kostelnik with 3 catches now up to 88 yards. 2 long touchdowns. That's a great throw from Sam Magala. Had some time, delivered a great one, and Kostelnik that was one of those where you kind of got a Willie Mays basket catch. It's right over top of you, and that's good concentration to make that grab.
30-yard touchdown pass, Sam Magala to Kostelnik. Cincinnati for the PAT out of the Schreier hold. Ball teed up. Cincinnati's kick is good. Hillers score twice in the final 4 minutes of the half and take now a 14-5 lead on the Rams. The kickoff when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network.
Greene County Tourism invites you to the King Cole Show in Carmichael's tomorrow, Saturday, August 28th. The final day of the festival starts at Wannabe Park with the car show at 10 a.m. The annual parade kicks off at 4. Then join us after at the Fire Hall for carnival rides, food vendors, bingo, and more. The Shadow Cats take the stage at 7 and will lead us right into the grand finale fireworks show at 10 p.m. Join us at the 71st Annual King Cole Show tomorrow in Carmichael's.
And we'll head back to the touchdown pass play. And look, Sam Magala just standing there comfortable. And what you can't see is the move that Sam Magala made to turn on the Jets at about the 12-yard line when he ran by his on the defender on him at the time, and then the help getting there late and Kostelnik in the end zone for the touchdown. So 14-5 Trinity, 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Cincinnati to kick off. What the Hillers do with this effort. They will kick this one deep down along the numbers, back to the 5-yard line. They return by Lowe, up over the 10, the 15, and as he gets to the 20, runs out of return room. About 14 on the return. Hillers indeed kicked the ball too low, but pin him back in that at the numbers back toward the goal line. So Carmichael's and Leechburg are scoreless end of one. Debut for new Carmichael's head coach Ken Perkins. Wash High 14, Steel Valley nothing. That is in the second. Burgettstown 21, Jeff Morgan nothing. Blue Devils playing a game that counts in the standings for the first time in this week of play. Hawkins throws one up for grabs near sideline, tipped away, and even if it hadn't been deflected by the Hillers' Tyler Welsh, could not have been caught inbounds with the location of the pass.
I don't really even like the idea of taking a shot there because it would take an absolute miracle, and the odds of you doing something disastrous, especially with how this game's gone for both teams, is way higher than anything crazy good happening for you.
Second down and 10, the Rams back at their own 20. Failed to convert on really good field position a couple of times and to convert seriously out of it. And now Hawkins will take the snap and kneel it down, and the half will come to an end. Trinity, 2 touchdowns in the final 4 minutes of the half. It's Trinity 14, Ringgold 5. We'll recap this opening half of the 2026 high school football season when we come back in just a couple of minutes here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Welcome back to Hiller Field. The sun has graciously set behind the hills to the west. And Trinity awakens late in the first half, getting a pair of touchdown passes after really what could have been total misery in that opening first 20 minutes. It just did not look good at all. Had one first down.
And, they were really only in the game at that point because Ringgold let them stay in it. But the team came to life, and that's, really what you like to see for that Trinity team to come back from all those mistakes, some really bad ones, the bad snaps, both of them, one leading to a field goal, another a safety, and then an interception. But, come out of it with a 2-possession lead. It's really kind of similar to how the game against these two teams went last season. Ringgold was leading for a lot of the first half and gave up a score on the very last play of the half, and that's when everything switched and Trinity just completely took over the game, winning 48-14 in that one with most of the damage in the second half. And Ringgold going to have a long halftime here to discuss things and say, look, what do we got to do to not let that happen again and let this game get out of control.
Let's talk about some of those issues that Hillers had. Trinity had the ball to start, but ended up in punt formation facing fourth down and about 4, and decided to punt the ball away. And the snap to the punter was 4 or 5 feet over the head of Jake Schreier, and he went back and just covered the ball at his own 16-yard line. It took Ringgold 6 offensive plays. They did get a first down. It was first and goal at the 5, but a loss, an illegal procedure penalty, a run for no gain, and a sack brought out Bill Cameron, who booted a 30-yard field goal that gave Ringgold a 3-0 lead about halfway through that opening quarter. Trinity moved the sticks on their first set of downs after the field goal, but then on second down and 10, Trilly with an interception, a ball thrown late to a crossing receiver, and that's never a good thing. If you're running across, you're typically dragging a defender with you, and when the ball's behind the target, it's late getting to the receiver. Guess who's right there to catch it? And indeed, Cam Trilly with the interception. That set Ringgold up at the Trinity 31. So they started at the Trinity 16 and got a field goal. They started at the Trinity 31 and get a couple of first downs. It's first and 10 at the 11, and Ringgold, before they get to the line of scrimmage, had to use their third timeout, all in the opening quarter. Then they come out of the timeout with an illegal procedure penalty, incomplete pass, a run for 2, and a run for 4, but then they get called for holding on that 4-yard run. So the quarter ends with the ball back at the 20-yard line, where it's third down and about, they got to get to the 1, 3rd and 19. They get a 12-yard pass play, but it's now 4th down and 7 at the Trinity 8. They elect to keep the offense out there and not take the points, and an incomplete pass and the Hillers take over at their own 8-yard line. It didn't go any better for Trinity on its third possession than it did on the first two, because they started their own 8. Incomplete pass, a run for 6, and a completed pass for a loss of 5. And that's my favorite Woody Hayes line. You know, old-time head coach of Ohio State always said, I don't want to throw the ball. There's 3 things that can happen when you throw the ball, and 2 of them are bad. Because Woody Hayes never conceived that you could complete a pass and lose yardage. There's 4 things that can happen, and 3 of them are bad.
Yeah, I mean,
and that happened to the Hillers there. They gave up 5 yards and will punt from the end zone, and another bad snap. And no real chance for Schreier to field it cleanly. The ball went through his hand on the hop and out of the end zone for a safety, and Ringgold led 5-0. The Hillers showed a little spark. The free kick, they not only kicked it deep and got down and cover it, they hold Minson to a 10-yard return on a safety free kick, which just doesn't happen. Rams got a couple of first downs and got the ball into Trinity territory, but eventually punted it away. 34-yard punt, returned 14 yards by Glass, and the Hillers were set up at their own 27. And Owen Gardner said, okay, give me the rock. Ran a couple of times, picked up 21 yards, got the ball near midfield when the Hillers then went to a little short pass. Sam Agala to Kostelnik. Kostelnik made the man at the line of scrimmage miss and took it 52 yards to the house. And just like that, with just under 4 minutes to play in the first half, Trinity had taken a 7-5 lead thanks to the TD pass and Cincinnati's extra point kick. Rams move the ball. Final 90 seconds of the half, they get a first down at the midfield and trying to hurry up, and they end up the center snapped the ball as if the quarterback was up under center. He was not. It hit the center's backside and dropped, and the Hillers recover it there. And the Trinity with timeout, 2 timeouts to work with, and 1:02 left on the clock. Hillers need 48 yards. They get a personal foul penalty, blow to the head, to move the ball to the Ringgold 40, and then a pass play to Kostelnik, good for 4. Gardner, 6-yard run, takes the ball to the 30-yard line, and the Hillers use their second timeout. And then they come out of that, and they protect Sam Agala, and they streak Kostelnik down the numbers on the left side, and he blew by the cornerback on him at about the 12, and then the safety coming across the top to try to help was too late, and Kostelnik with his second TD grab of the night. The extra point kick by Cincinnati has the Hillers up 14-5 at the break. Ringgold will get the ball to start the second half, but all told, Hillers not really good numbers offensively, with the exception of Sam Agala to Kostelnik. 88 yards passing on their last 2 completions, and both for touchdowns. But you heard that number, 88 yards on those 2 completions and both touchdowns. The Hillers have 76 yards total offense because of center passes or losses of 3 and 9 yards, and the 9 one cost them 2 points.
Yep. And they have been out-possessed in this game by almost 9 whole minutes. 16 minutes, 25 seconds by my count for Ringgold, 7 minutes, 35 seconds for Trinity. I mean, and some of that's a byproduct of Trinity's scores both coming very quickly, but Ringgold has really dominated the ball in this game. It's just, they have not converted their opportunities, whereas Trinity's 2 scores really coming from times where there wasn't opportunities, at least, what you'd expect. But 2 long touchdowns, and the stats make this game seem a little closer than the 2-score game that it is currently.
Ringgold with 61 yards rushing, 40 of that from Nick Stasko, the other 21 off the feet of quarterback Dennis Hawkins. 34 yards passing. I have Hawkins 4 of 9 unofficially for 34 yards. 95 yards total offense at the half. Trinity nets out at minus 12 yards rushing. Gardner has 34 on the ground. Sam Agala has been charged with 5 carries for a net of -4, and the 2 center pass losses totaling 42 yards. So -12 rush, 88 pass, total of 76 yards of total offense in the opening half. I wanted to check a couple of things. Let me pass those along to you. We get word from Bentworth that McGuffey and Bentworth, we thought we were going to get a shootout there. They've gone to the half tied 7-7. That was 7-7 like in the opening minutes, but is now at the half. Fort Cherry rolling at home against Chartiers Houston. Fort Cherry up 42-7. They'll play the second half with a running clock. We'll be at Fort Cherry next week as the Rangers host California. We'll have that game. Get the note on West Allegheny and Chartiers Valley. Let me find my note here. West Allegheny, the return of Bob Palco as head coach, leading the Colts, and Scott Spence in his second year at the helm. 7-6 West Allegheny, that's in the second. Burgettstown 28, Jefferson Morgan 7, that's in the second. Waynesburg will have a running clock in the second half at home, leading West Green by a score of 40-0. Monessen in front of Charleroi 20-7. Easy now, Jack, easy.
And it's the battle for the bridge.
Yeah, the Spears Bell Vernon Bridge gets renamed the Monessen Bridge, right?
Well, actually, the Charleroi Monessen Bridge.
Okay. Sorry, wrong bridge.
Although the Spears Bell Vernon, that is, connecting. I guess that would be North Bell Vernon connecting to Charleroi District.
Looking ahead, Trinity will go to Canton McMillan. We'll have that game. Our other crew will have that one for us next Friday night. And just a note there, we are going to have all 10 Canton McMillan games on some platform here on the WJPA Sports Network, whether it's a couple of games will be audio only, a number of them will be on the radio, and others will be online audio and video as well, but all 10 Canamac games, including next week's Trinity Canamac matchup that will be on WJPA AM. We're going to switch sides. We're going to be on the FM next Friday night. We'll be at Fort Cherry as the Rangers host the California Trojans, and then we'll go to California the following week as they take on Wash High. For Trinity, home with Ringgold tonight at Canamac at Hempfield, then host South Fayette in mid-September before making a long trip up to Mars. Then conference play begins. October has 5 conference games for Trinity. Thomas Jefferson at Peters, home with St. Clair, and West Allegheny at Bethel to close the regular season. For Ringgold, another road game next week. They're at Valley, home with Hampton, then at Kiski in mid-September, and then close non-conference play at home against South Park, and then 5 conference games in October for the Rams. At Laurel Highlands, home with Uniontown and Albert Gallatin, at Chartiers Valley, and then home with South Fayette to close the season. We're at the half. It's Trinity 14, Ringgold 5. We're back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Bank on your future for a brighter tomorrow with First Federal of Greene County. Open an Education Club savings account and start investing in your future today. Every dollar you save brings you one step closer to achieving your goals. Plus, you may qualify for a scholarship upon high school graduation. Visit any First Federal branch to start saving today, or visit ffgc.bank for more information on account rules and scholarship eligibility. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 458729.
I'm Evan Chambers of Chambers Insurance Agency. You can't turn on the TV or scroll through social media without being bombarded by insurance commercials. They're everywhere, even on the radio. Low rates, big savings. We'll insure your pet iguana. Okay, maybe not the iguana. Sadly, many times you're not saving money. You're just getting your coverage slashed. By the time there's a claim, it's too late to see you've been duped. At Chambers Insurance, our goal is to improve your coverage and get you savings. We're local, family-owned, and we'll work with you to find the right coverage. Chambers Insurance since 1953.
I'm Senator Cameron Bartolotta. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. In 1988, I built and operated the Mon Valley's first drive-through quick lube, the Duke of Oil. As a small business owner who has called Washington County home for 4 decades, I'm deeply committed to making Washington, Greene, and Beaver counties a great place to raise a family, start a business, and retire with dignity. On November 3rd, I respectfully ask for your vote so we can keep our communities a great place to live. Paid for by Cameron for Senate.
Welcome back to Hiller Field. We are at the half. Ringgold Band has wrapped up. Trinity Band making their way through their halftime presentation. Scoreboard for the football game, 14-5. Trinity with the lead. Let's run down scores that we have. And some of these are a bit old, but the latest that I have. Avella at the half at home leading Mapletown 34-0. McGuffey and Bentworth 7-7 in Ellsworth. That game's at the half. Burgettstown 28. Jeff Morgan 7. That's in the second quarter. Mohawk 8. California 0. Let me check that. I might have flipped that score. Yes, I did. I apologize. It is California 8. Mohawk 0. Last word we have on that game. Cannon-McMillan 5. Peters Township 3. The latest update, safety for the Big Macs, field goal for Peters, field goal for Canamac to get that 5-3 count. Monessen 20, Charleroi 7, Fort Cherry 42, Chartiers Houston 7. And again, those are at the half. Last word we had, Wash High leading at Steel Valley 14-0, that in the second quarter. Carmichael's and Leechburg in the first. Last word was scoreless. Waynesburg 40. Make it Waynesburg 43, West Green 0. At the half, Thomas Jefferson 21, Bell Vernon 0. West Allegheny 7, Chartiers Valley 6. South Fayette 27, West Mifflin 14. It's Hopewell 14, Avonworth 7. Take note of that score. Avonworth on the short end at the moment. Laurel 7, Neshannock 0. West Allegheny, I gave you that score. Upper St. Clair 7, Mount Lebanon 0. That game in the second quarter. Last word we had. Our Canamac broadcast crew will be at Upper St. Clair in a couple of weeks. I think that's week 3, 2 weeks down the road. This not having week 0 is going to take some getting used to. I'm glad it's gone, but I keep getting myself all jammed up here on what comes up. The third games you're playing or have been your week 2 games for far too long, and the old brain just isn't calculating that as well as it should.
Yeah, and I'm with you with being happy week 0 is gone, because I mean there's just 0 represents nothingness, so you're representing a week by saying it's nothing. As a math guy, it just never checked out in my mind with starting an index with 0, but glad that the ship has been corrected finally.
Update on that Upper St. Clair game. The homestanding Panthers lead the Blue Devils 15-0. And again, Mount Lebanon with a new head coach, Bruce Franck, taking over at Mount Lebanon. Number of new coaches, but only one in the 19 schools in Washington and Greene County, only one with a new head coach, and that is Ken Perkins taking over at Carmichael's. Are you getting more pizza? Is that what you're doing, Jack?
No, putting plate in the trash.
Oh, I thought you were getting more. I know my man can eat some pizza now.
Takes one look at me to say I can eat some pizza.
All right. Get me filled in on what you're doing now. Let folks know. What you graduated from W&J.
That's right.
I know you're back on staff over there. What are you doing?
I'm the media and data analytics intern in athletics. A lot of it is I'm going to be in charge of the live stream production at the college, training students how to broadcast and how to set the production up using a lot of my knowledge that I've picked up here between those two things is, getting to be around you, Nate, Jason, people who are familiar with software and that stuff has, set me into a pretty good place where I can teach students that. And then I'm going to continue doing data analytics with the baseball program up here at the college that I've been doing the last 4 years, and hopefully keep being a part of a program that has found quite a bit of success, and just hoping to keep that train moving.
So you're an analytics guy.
That's right.
If you're coaching and managing, are you stuck to your analytics, or can your eye test still work?
Oh, I'm the son of John Sacco, and if you know him, I wouldn't say he's the most old school, because
I'm here.
A lot of my teachings or a lot of, what I've talked to him about, he's a little bit more new age, like with football. He understands the fourth down stuff. In high school, it's a lot different. I mean, sometimes there's teams that flat out can't punt, or maybe can't get the ball snapped to its punter, and you have to go for it a lot more. But, yeah, I mean, I think that there's a time and place for, go with your gut in a playoff type of setting. I get that, where it's a shorter sample, and, you stick to your guns with the numbers over a larger sample size, because in the long run it's going to work out in your favor. But I think that there's more nuance than some of the pure data purists, I would say, like to look at. And I like to try to combine those things, because my mom's family and my dad, his side of the family, it's very much old school sports types.
A little birdie has told me that you can sit and watch a Pirate game and know exactly what Bob Gregg is thinking or saying at that moment. In those circumstances.
To be fair, Bob, it's not hard. If you have you on Facebook, you pretty much get the gist of what you're thinking and can predict what you're going to say. And I mean, for me, it's most of the same stuff too. I have most of the same gripes as you with our battle and buckos and how they drive us crazy.
So very frustrating at times. Speaking of your dad, couple of score updates from Command Central. Thank you, John. California 20-0 over Mohawk in the second. At the half, the Mighty Mikes leading Leechburg 8-7. And Hopewell and Avonworth are at intermission. Hopewell 14, Avonworth 7. Defending WPIL champion Avonworth on the short end. Great to have you along with us tonight. I tell you what, this is the beginning of a football regular season that will be have the largest broadcast schedule we've ever had. 27 high school regular season games are on the docket at the moment.
If someone told that to you years ago, would you have believed it, Bob?
Nope.
I mean, this is
20
it's grown fast.
too.
20.
We have two stations and doing a game a week each side. Maybe you get to 21 or 22 with a Saturday game here and there. Burgettstown plays their homecoming game on Saturday, etc. Washeye played Seton LaSalle and Bishop Canevin a number of times, and of course they rent Dormont Stadium, and so if KO's at home, one of them has to play. For a while, it was one of them played Saturday. If they were all home the same weekend, KO played home Friday night, one of the other two played Saturday afternoon, and the other one played Saturday night. So, I mean, you could get to 22 or whatever, but with the technology, and that's all over my head. I'd have a digital pager, and that's all if I could have my way about it. But this technology stuff, it's really incredible, and what Jason and Nate and Lanfer and the Green Sports crew has brought to us is that, yes, we can do games on AM and FM. We can do games online at the same time, different games online. We can do games on YouTube and all of that. And there are a couple of weeks this year where we think we're going to have 4 broadcasts going on at once on JPA's platform, plus Green Sports has one.
When I worked my first game with you, it was in the playoffs of the 23 season. We hadn't even done a single video stream, I believe, to that point. And already, just not even 3 years later fully. It's grown so much.
Let me check with Jason. We started, our first video stuff was football playoffs in 23, I think, or late playoffs. Maybe not till winter sports in 24. Yeah.
24. It was a football.
That's amazing.
It was like soccer in 24.
But yeah, the technology, it's just really incredible. And I do want to make mention here, Mike Wall, Casey Alderson, and their technology folks here got us hooked up again and actually got us a wire right here by Jason's right ear. So it comes right down and plugs right in. No more draping it across the back. We got the guys running the scoreboard, and that's all. Those of you watching on our video stream are getting all that plugged right in, and no more Jack Sacco pushing buttons and trying to match the clock and or back it up and get it to the right place. Technology. And that piece new, adding the we've had a score bug, but connecting it so what you're seeing on the video screen is identical to what people are seeing here on the scoreboard clock, and down and distance, play clock, the whole deal. And I mean, how many times have we spoken about the play clock today with what's been going on?
Yep. No, it's great to implement that into this, as anybody who's been watching over the past couple of years, you can usually tell when I'm on the score bug, because I would usually right at the start of the game somehow end up behind, and I got Jason tapping me on the back saying, roll it.
Speaking of Jason, I don't know if Jason knows, but my guess is he's going to get a call to come over and speak to some W&J students at some point.
Absolutely.
Watch. I don't know if he knew that or not yet. I mean,
Waynesburg
guys can come in, right? Waynesburg guys will be able to.
Hey, I've got no problem with our Waynesburg friends. They treat us really well with the help we get here.
Indeed.
I don't care about any stigma that's out there.
All right, here we go. Ready for the second half. 14-5, Trinity with the lead. Hillers kicking off. Ringgold trying to find their way to try to avoid 10 more penalties in the second half. That has really hampered what they want to do. You just lose all kind of rhythm. You can't get lined up right. You move ahead of the snap, et cetera, et cetera. Kickoff, short, going to hit the ground, and that's a dangerous thing. Ball inside the 25, picked up there, and a return of about 4 yards. And Lowe let the ball hit the ground in front of him. I can hear Duke right now.
Yeah, it looked like it was by plan. I'm sure it wasn't planned by the coaching staff, but it looked like at least all the Ringgold players are on the same page of letting that get to Dimitri Lowe. And you can't do that. You got to get that ball before it hits the ground. Good to see Dennis Hawkins out here after getting dinged up right at the end of the half.
St. Clair leading Lebo 21-0 at the end of the first half. First and 10 Ringgold at its own 30-yard line. First snap of post-intermission football. The Rams need to get a no lineman in there. They didn't have a left tackle.
They already took a delay game. Oh, my goodness. Pre-snap penalty before you even run a play.
Well, and some coaches will say this is why you don't play games in this week. You use your second scrimmage, which always helped you button those things up. But, you can't come out of the second half. For the second half, you get the kickoff and you don't have a left tackle. First and 15, pump fake by Hawkins. Now reloads, throws to the left, pass is caught out over the 30-yard line. It's low, and two Hillers will take him out of bounds and ended up clear over by the fence. And the officials indicate that forward progress was stopped inbound, so keep the clock turning.
It was a little fake screen to the left, and it got the defenders they didn't bite too hard, but it brought them in enough that there was enough room for Hawkins to make that long sideways pass to Lowe.
Second catch of the night for Lowe. 2nd and 9. Ball's on the ground again. Hawkins able to cover it and keep the possession, but now behind the sticks, 3rd down and about 11.
That's 2 of Ringgold's last 5 plays that have been a snap that doesn't even get close to getting back to its quarterback.
Now 3rd and 12. And a ball on the ground again. Boy, the quarterback center exchange, center punter exchanges just have not been very clean tonight.
And that one's purely on Hawkins. That one actually hit him right in the chest, and he just dropped it.
Back-to-back 3-yard losses. And Daniel Glass back to receive the punt. High snap, and the pressure comes, and a kick gets out near midfield, and now takes a Ringgold bounce. Will roll down to about the Trinity 39-yard line where it'll be downed. But Trinity will start just shy of its own 40-yard line. 9:51 to play, 3rd quarter. We're back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
From the first steps in new love to every scraped knee and healing embrace, the obstacles they will overcome to the victories they will achieve. You have walked this path beside them. These are the moments you live for. By protecting their health with a regular schedule of care, they can fully embrace all of life's little moments. At Cornerstone Care, we create healthier tomorrows today.
To schedule an appointment, visit cornerstonecare.com/locations.
1st and 10 Trinity from the 38-yard line. Sam Agala hands off to Owen Gardner. Runs hard, but gets only a yard over that right side.
Other than a couple explosive runs, Ringgold's done a pretty good job keeping Gardner in front. I've got 7 carries for 35 yards.
Right on with you, partner. Cannon McMillan 12, Peters Township 3. That's in the 3rd. Thank you, Danny Flynn. 2nd down and 9. It'll be Gardner again. Jump cut, nice move inside Ringgold territory, and finally knocked forward down to about the 43-yard line. Run of 18.
Yeah, that was a great run. Gardner gets a big hole. Nice double team block. Really sprung that. And from there, he gets room. And when he gets room, that means the guys going at him are probably on an island. And that's not a situation you want to be with Big Owen Gardner running right at you.
Ringgold field goal and safety early on, led 5-0. Trinity with 2 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes of the half. Another high snap. Sam Agala gets it under wraps, keeps on the option, and runs inside the 35-yard line. Going to get about 9.
That's a great decision there by Sam Agala. A little triple option there. He had the opportunity to toss that to Glass. He did not need to, though. He had plenty of space to just take that himself.
McGuffey 14, Bentworth 7. That now in the 3rd quarter. TJ up 28-0 on Bell Vernon. Daniel Glass, the ball carrier, going to move the chains, gets to the 30, his first run of the night. Glass picks up 4.
And most of that was, actually more than 4 was after contact. He was hit initially in the backfield and just immediately shrugged that off and picked up the first.
Ringgold going to use a timeout. 7:58 to play, 3rd quarter. Trinity 14, Ringgold 5. Back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Valley View Farm is the perfect venue for your wedding day. A rustic 1900s barn settled cozily among the rolling hills of Greene County, Valley View Farm provides a warm and welcome atmosphere. Weddings are the specialty, but Valley View is available to book for any event, and the barn is equipped with full heating and air conditioning to allow for year-round bookings. Wedding packages include a house DJ and a wedding coordinator, plus a staff that will take care of every need on your big day. To schedule a free tour, call 724-833-6426, valleyviewfarmvenue.com.
The Hillers on this possession went from their own 38 now to the Ringgold 30, and did so pretty quickly and all on the ground. Ringgold taking a timeout. 1st and 10 Hillers. Samagala, shoulder shimmy to the right, tucks it, pulls it, runs it, gets forward for about 4. Nice cut there right at the line of scrimmage to knife between 2 defenders.
And I think that looked like a design draw for the quarterback, Samagala. And good decision to work that out and then cut back in. As you mentioned, that was a sweet little cut he made to get upfield.
Hopewell 21, Avonworth 7. That's in the 3rd. 3 yards there for Samagala. 2nd and 7 at the Ringgold 27. 3 receivers to the right, single back. It's Glass. Samagala gets the ball to Glass, makes a nice cut inside the 20, and he goes down at about the 17-yard line with another 1st down.
Glass down on the field. That was a good read from him right at the line, a hole that he had to adjust to get into, but he did it pretty seamlessly. Looks like it's a cramp.
Yeah, athletic trainer's right out to try to stretch that out, looks like. The gain to the 17-yard line, Daniel Glass run for 10.
And Ringgold, if they don't want this to get out of hand, they better stop the bleeding here soon, because Trinity can get another touchdown here. That is going to make things really, really tough on the Rams to try to crawl back into this one after a first half where they really left a lot of chances on the board.
Well, you see Glass to his feet and walking off, and gives you almost incontrovertible video evidence that it was a leg cramp. Is walking like nothing ever happened. 1st and 10 Trinity at the Ringgold 17. Clock at 7:12 remaining. And not sure why we didn't wind after that injury stoppage. Neither team used a timeout. I'm not sure why the R didn't wind it, but he did. Nice fake by Samagala, pulls it back out, and going to get a gain of a couple to the 15.
If I'm in Canal side, there is no way I'm going away from the ground here unless you get into a 3rd and long situation, because this run game has carried you these first 7 plays of this possession. It's done you well. It's done well lately. Just keep going to it.
7 plays, 6-yard average here in the second half. Samagala option pitch to Gardner, and to make a move to go wide, then jump between 2 defenders. Got a couple of yards there. So 2 for Samagala, 2 for Gardner. 3rd down and about 6 at the 13. Hillers 8 plays on this possession. The clock is turning.
I think you run 2 plays here. I think you get whatever short yardage play that you think will get you into a 4th and short situation. At the worst case scenario is how you plan it, and then just be ready to go for it.
3rd down and 6. Kostelnik trying to shake free of the defender. Pass tipped off of Kostelnik's hands and incomplete in the end zone.
Yeah, and Trinity should go for this, but I don't know if they will. That was an interesting play call there to go to the one-on-one fade.
I think in summer, and the Ringgold player is shaken up at the goal line. I think Trinity. I think they're going to want to find out what their special teams can do here.
You're right.
You're up 9 right now. I mean, 9 or 12, it doesn't really matter. You get 6, then you're up two touchdowns. But one of the areas in the same end of the field. Think back to last November, the last time Trinity played on this field. It was a field goal attempt that they were set up for a couple of times, and that went awry because they couldn't get the ball from the center to the holder.
Yeah, you're not wrong. In week 1, it's actually not a bad idea to test that stuff out. I always kind of live by the rule of, if you can avoid making a 2-possession game as a 2-possession game, but as you mentioned, another touchdown, assuming you wouldn't go for 2 and get it, it's still a 2-possession game there too. So, I think you're right. You can kind of do whatever you want here.
Of course, the danger here is that special teams are the greatest opportunity for disaster, and the Hillers are going to leave the offense on the field. 4th down and 6. Sam Agala rolls to his right, runs out of a would-be tackle at the edge, and is going to pick up the first down out of bounds inside the 8-yard line.
Yeah, he recognized right away, Sam Agala, that he had enough room to get to that stick. The defender, Lowe, comes in streaking in, but he just was not able to get there in time. And even through it, Sam Agala was able to pick up maybe an extra yard after contact.
Well, he got to the 7, and that's just enough for the first down. So 6-yard run. 1st and goal now at the 7. Berdar, the wider of 2 receivers to the right. This play whistled dead, and Ringgold takes a timeout. 5:27 to play, 3rd quarter. Trinity 14, Ringgold 5. We're back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
If you're on medication, staying organized and on schedule is tough enough. Getting them filled should be easy. But if you have mobility issues or rely on others, it gets frustrating fast. I'm Eric Cushy, and Curtis Pharmacy has remedies to make getting meds simple, fast, and reliable. From vaccines and compounding to delivery, drive-through, and our Pack My Meds program that bundles your medications, sorted for the day and time you take them. Call or stop by Curtis Pharmacy, curtispharmacy.com.
Ringgold defensive staff using that timeout. Trinity about to snap it at 1st and goal at the 7, and the Rams get it stopped. 2nd timeout used by Ringgold here in this 3rd quarter. Sam Agala hands off to Gardner, and not much blocking up in front of Owen Gardner there, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Hillers had 2 receivers wide right, 2 guys stacked behind the O-line on that right side, and run the ball that way. And 3 or 4 Ringgold players get through all of that to stop Gardner for a loss of a yard.
Yeah, the handoff was a little bit delayed, I think by design, but Ringgold was already well into the backfield, that front line.
2nd down and goal with the 8. Sam Agala with Glass with him. Sam Agala will keep, cuts the corner 5, and inside the pylon for the touchdown.
Yeah, he just had the edge there, and with his speed, he just had to turn that corner, and once he did, it was going to be lights out from there. Just beat the defender to the edge. Great run by Sam Agala. Really, really impressive drive by Trinity. 12 plays to get that score in and take plenty of time off the clock in the process.
12 plays, 62 yards. Sam Agala for 8. So he has 2 TD passes and a touchdown run. Cooper Cincinnati for the PAT. And the kick is good. Trinity 21, Ringgold 5, 4:43 to play, 3rd quarter. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Local teams and programs have raised thousands of dollars with fan club fundraisers at Keystone Custom Apparel. Fans go to their team's online store, select their favorite player, then donate $20 and customize their name to appear on the back. Every player gets a free t-shirt with names of their biggest fans, and fundraising checks are delivered within 3 weeks of the closing date. Start raising money now at KeystoneCustomApparel.com. KeystoneCustomApparel.com.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Cincinnati with the extra point gives the Hillers a 21-5 lead. Nick Stasko and Dimitri Lowe back to receive the kickoff. Hillers go about 5 minutes and 8 seconds on that scoring drive. 62 yards and all but one play on the ground. That an incomplete pass. Line drive, mishandled, picked up by Stasko, and now up over the 20-25 and gets tackled up around the shoulders and spun around. But going to bring out to the 32-yard line, maybe the 33. We're going to put him down. Chandler with that high tackle. About 23 on the return.
Yeah, Ringgold's got to put together some sort of drive here. 3 and out here pretty much dooms you with how Trinity's offense has been moving. Ringgold's got to give its defense a little bit of a break and try to at least pick up a couple first downs.
Pass play is caught up over the 35, stop and go, and almost got out of that, but Lowe taken down at the 46-yard line. I'm sorry, 36-yard line. My apologies. Yeah, just a 3-yard pickup on the completion. But that's one of the things the Rams have to do. They got to get Trinity loosened up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, well, this passing game for Ringgold so far has looked like pulling teeth. Just has not been easy, any of it.
You know, we came into it talking about the experience that Hawkins and Lowe have together, and we just have not seen much click in there. Second down and about 7. Running play, Stasko tripped up at the line of scrimmage and tried to go wide. Is going to get a couple of yards out of that. Finally get the play stop out to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on that run. A Ringgold player down in Trinity territory. Another cramping situation there. Stasko, 11 carries now. I have for 43 yards on the evening. 3.5 minutes remaining, third quarter, 21-5 Trinity on opening night of the 2026 high school football season. Great to have you along here on week 1. John Sacco passing along this big school update. North Hills 14, North Allegheny nothing. That at the half. Someday when I retire from this live play-by-play stuff, your dad and I were going to set up 2 command centers, and stuff will be flying everywhere. I'll have to figure out a little more technology stuff than what I know right now, but injured player was Leslie Nichols, has to come out for a moment. Referee chops the clock and runs down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds in counting. 3rd down and 4 for the Rams at their own 39-yard line. Haskins flushed out 3 Hillers there, going to dump the ball off, has a man open pass caught on the far sideline for a first down, and carry on the run out near midfield as the Rams move the sticks. Good scramble play there by Haskins, and the completion to Cam Trilly.
Yeah, Gardner, Chandler, and Yancic all in pursuit of Hawkins there. Just recognized it quick enough to roll out and make a nice throw to the open receiver.
Trilly, who had the interception in the first half, makes the reception here. Picks up 11 and a first down right at midfield. 21-5 Trinity with the lead. Play fake to Stasko, roll out by Hawkins, throws on the run, underthrown, intercepted inside the 30. The return by Kostelnik out over the 40, the 45, and out to the 47-yard line.
Boy, what a game it's been for Chase Kostelnik. That one just floated up there again. Hawkins tried to get one downfield, and that was one that really out of the hand. It looked like you could tell it did not have the juice on it that it was going to need to be any bit successful, and it was well short of his intended target. Kostelnik does a great job of just coming off the receiver and see ball, get ball.
Yeah, tough for a high school kid to roll full speed to the arm side and then throw the ball 35 yards downfield and think you're going to have enough on it. Very few are the quarterbacks, and far between the guys that can do that. 1st and 10 from the 47. Gardner makes a man miss in the backfield and cuts it up, picks up about 3 to midfield.
And I really like Trinity's process here in the second half. Just grind the clock. It came in with a 2-score lead. It remains a 2-score lead, and that would include 2 conversions for Ringgold, and Trinity just in full control of this game, and they just need to keep playing possession ball, grind it out, because Ringgold's offense has not moved it much.
Defensive back Avante Ferguson now limped to the Ringgold sideline. 2nd down and 7 for the Hillers right at the 50. A little high snap, but handled. Sam Agala pass inside the 40, 30, 25, 20. Stop and go, and the play goes to Tegan Barr down inside the 15-yard line.
And Barr was just uncovered. I mean, there was nobody close to him when he caught that ball. And good recognition from Sam Agala to get that to him as he was crossing over the middle of the field, and gets a block out in front to take it down deep into the red zone.
38-yard completion to the 12. Tegan Barr's first grab of the season. First completion of the second half for Owen Sam Agala. Now whistle stop action. Ringgold player hurt, possibly. Maybe have an equipment issue, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're going to allow him to be replaced. So coming out was Dominic Fonzie. Ball at the 12, 1st and goal, or 1st and 10 for the Hillers. Sam Agala sticks it in Gardner's belly. Inside the 5, and Owen Gardner to the house. Touchdown. There is a flag down at the line of scrimmage. May have been a grab to get him to get that lane to cut up.
Yeah, we'll see. Yep. I think it was on Jameer Johnson. Gardner was turning that edge there. I think Johnson just grabbed the jersey.
Just the 3rd penalty of the night marked off against Trinity. Gardner gets 2 yards to the 10, but then the penalty coming back. To the ball at the 20-yard line. 3 penalties, 25 yards against Trinity. Ringgold 10 for 65. I'm sorry, 11 for 70. First and 18 for Trinity at the 20. 2 receivers to the top of the set. Roll out by Sam Agala, trying to keep the play alive, and he's going to just pull the ball down and eat it and end up with a gain of maybe a yard around the right side. It didn't look like Sam Agala liked anything that he saw ahead of him, so just kept that ball safe.
Yeah, it came out with that double stack, and all the receivers got pretty vertical, and he was flushed right. That basically takes away half that play anyway with the 2 receivers left, and he had nowhere to go. They don't need to run a play here.
Nope. Are they going to? The answer is yes. They will run a play. Roll out to the left. Sam Agala pulls it down, runs for 5, make it 10. And down inside the 9-yard line as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Sam Agala with a 10-yard run. And that will end the 3rd quarter. Trinity 21, Ringgold 5, back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
What does it mean to be the bank that gets you? It means we get to know you, so we can help with a loan to buy your new home, the checking account that earns you cash back, the IRA or CD that helps you plan for what's ahead, and tools that make banking easier. For your life, for what's next. The bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Join the team at Schweinebraten Bus Company, a family-owned business in Washington. Schweinebraten Bus Company is hiring. Earn highly competitive wages with paid training and sign-on bonus, plus holiday and loyalty bonuses. Learn more. Call 724-222-4113. Proudly serving the area since 1929. Schweinebraten Bus Company, the shiniest school buses in town. Looking for great drivers like you. Call today, 724-222-4113.
Couple of score updates for you quickly. McGuffey 21, Bentworth 7. 5 minutes left in the third, make it 29-7. McGuffey to start the fourth. Here it's 21-5 Trinity. Third down and 7 at the 9-yard line. Two receivers tight left. Sam Magallo looking that way, now forced to roll to the near side and rolls into more pressure and goes down at about the 14-yard line, the sack loss of 5. Trinity rushed for 78 yards in that third quarter, now at 192 yards total offense. Ringgold picked up just 17 yards in the third.
Yeah, it was a quarter that Ringgold desperately needed to avoid, but Trinity's just executed at a high level in this second half.
Avella 41, Mapletown nothing. McGuffey Highlanders just a quarter away from ending a 20-game losing skid. Trinity's going to take a timeout, 11:18 to play. Fourth quarter, Hillers 21, Rams 5, back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
I'm Washington County Commissioner Larry Maggi. Opioids, whether obtained through prescription or illegally, are extremely addictive and can result in dependence and abuse. The best way to help combat this epidemic is through awareness and education. Help keep your family safe by learning and talking about the dangers and warning signs of opioid misuse. To start a journey towards a healthier, drug-free life, please contact our County Department of Human Services at 724-228-1234.
Trinity timeout. Hillers will face fourth down and looks to be about 12 yards to go at the 14. Offense stays on. Kostelnik motions across the formation. Sam Magalla rolls to that side. Flag down in the backfield, and Sam Magalla down at the 10. Ball's going to go over on downs. Holding against Trinity, and the Rams almost certainly will decline and take the ball. The Hillers picked up one first down, but then the drive stalled out. Got hurt by a holding penalty of their own. And now here on the final play of the possession, another holding penalty. And the ball will go over on downs. Ringgold takes over with 11:11 to play. The Rams down 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions.
Yeah, they better score quickly, too, with how Trinity's run the ball. It's been tough to keep time on the clock.
First and 10, Hawkins rolls to his right, direct in traffic. Now one to throw it back to the middle of the field. That little pump fake got him some room. Daniel Glass bumps him to the sideline after a gain of about 4.
Flag down right at the time of the snap. It's going to be another procedure penalty, I believe.
Our referee, Norm Scarberry, has been particularly busy tonight. Yeah, I think with the 4-yard gain, now obviously the Hillers are going to take this penalty if that is what it is. But now multiple officials, and now we're going to get a confab out near the hash marks just outside the 10. There is a flag down at the 3, which was thrown at the snap of the ball. And now disregard the penalty. Hawkins run. We'll get the ball out to the 13-yard line, so a run of 4. Hawkins stands, pump fakes, rolls to his right, keeps it alive. Going to get hit from the backside and jarred to the ground at the 10. And I think that was Tegan Barr on the sack. Nope.
Yep. Yeah, it was Gardner.
Gardner, rather, excuse me. A loss of 3 on the play. And now 3rd and 9 for the Rams.
Yeah, it's a microcosm of how it's been for Ringgold offensively. It's just, you pick up a few yards and then you go immediately backwards. This Rams team has pretty much lived in 3rd and long.
3rd down and 9. Hawkins rolling in the end zone. He's going to get tackled. Going to say that he got the ball out of the end zone. But another sack. This one's back at the 1-yard line, and another flag at the snap of the football.
I'll be honest, maybe just barely. Initially, before seeing that replay, I did not think he got it out of the end zone, but
Hillers will decline and take the sack. And now it's the Rams' turn to punt from their own end zone. We're coming up on 10 minutes to play in the ball game. Trinity up 21-5. Ringgold led 5-0, and it's been almost entirely Trinity ever since. Snap and very short punt. Little bounding kick picked up at the 33-yard line. The return near side by Glass, and he takes it inside the 20. Trinity up 21-5. Will have the ball inside the Ringgold 20. Let's see if the Hillers can avoid what the Rams failed to do in that first half. And do we have another flag down, Jack?
I didn't see any flag.
Hillers guilty of a personal foul. 4 penalties on Trinity for 40 yards, as compared to 11 for 70 on Ringgold, plus a whole bunch of penalties declined. Where are we going to put the ball down? Let's take it out. 33-yard line. Trinity will take over 1st and 10 at the Ringgold 33. 9:44 to play in this 4th quarter. Twins left, single receiver right, running play. Gardner hit as soon as he got the handoff, but moves the pile forward for about 5. He took Cam Trilly for a bus ride.
Yeah, that was one of those where it just looked like, like someone giving a piggyback ride. Both feet were off the ground for Trilly, and Gardner was just taking him with him.
The Freedom Transit folks want to check that, make sure he has his bus pass.
He's a pain to try to tackle, especially late in the game where you're tired.
2nd and 5 at the 28. Sam Agala keeps on the option, has room, 20, 15, and going to take it to the house. 2 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown runs, Owen Samagala.
Yeah, Samagala did not have the best start to this game, but man, in the player's first start at the quarterback position, Dan Canals has got to be happy with how he's adjusted throughout this game, and Samagala has just really turned it up since the midway point of that 2nd quarter.
But yeah, go back to that first half. Ringgold had the 5-0 lead and had the ball at midfield. Eventually had to kick it away from there, and it's been all Trinity ever since. Sam Agala's 2nd touchdown run. Extra point kick by Cincinnati is good. Trinity 28, Ringgold 5. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Greene County Tourism invites you to the King Cole Show in Carmichael's tomorrow, Saturday, August 28th. The final day of the festival starts at Wannabe Park with the car show at 10 a.m. The annual parade kicks off at 4. Then join us after at the Fire Hall for carnival rides, food vendors, bingo, and more. The Shadow Cats take the stage at 7 and will lead us right into the grand finale fireworks show at 10 p.m. Join us at the 71st Annual King Cole Show tomorrow in Carmichael's.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
Couple of score updates. Trinity 28, Ringgold 5. Leechburg now leads Carmichael's 13-8. That's at the end of 3. Burgettstown 42, Jefferson Morgan 7. That's in the 4th with the clock running. Thomas Jefferson 34, Bell Vernon 6. And Best Center 21, Brentwood 6. Plans to be in Fredericktown a couple of weeks down the road. Kickoff taken at about the 30-yard line, return forward for about 7, maybe 8. The Hillers doing a nice job to keep the ball out of the home run hitter's hands. And even when they did kick it deep below, they kicked it so well that Lowe had to chase it into the corner.
Yeah, Lowe they've done a good job to really keep Lowe from breaking the game, as Ringgold just has not been able to utilize his big play ability.
8:55 to play in the 4th. Trinity plus 23 at the moment. Ringgold held to just 1 first down after intermission. Screen pass is tipped. It gets through and is caught.
Calling it incomplete.
Oh, okay, incomplete pass then. Ball off the hands of a defensive lineman who recognized what was happening, and he got stopped, got a hand up, and I think it was Edric Williams.
Yep. Edric Williams, he almost took that ball right away. Those screens, I mean, they're safe plays usually, but if you get a defender that's wise to it, they not only can they be picked off, if they pick it off, it can often go a long way in the other direction.
Football IQ to recognize, I got in here way too easily, and now the Hillers jumped offside with that hand clap from Dennis Hawkins again. Trinity offside will take 5 free yards.
And Ringgold will gladly accept that because they've not picked up yards easily at all.
Yeah, 1 first down in the second half for Ringgold. So now it's 2nd and 5. Hawkins hands off and the legs taken out from underneath Stasko. Did spin around to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Stasko hasn't had a bad game. Frankly, did a nice job in the first half, but they've not been really able to use him. Just the second carry of the second half for him because Ringgold's in such a hole here.
So 3rd down and 5 at the 43. And the clock turns down inside 8:20. Hawkins came to the near sideline. The 6'4" senior quarterback came to get the play. Sets the alignment. Single receiver to the right, twins to the left. Running back on the left hip of Hawkins. 3rd down and 5. Hawkins keeps after the fake to Stasko. Hawkins has the first down. Inside Trinity territory, goes down at about the 40-yard line.
That's a nice run, nice keep on the option for Hawkins. Interior defensive lineman Marcus Williams really bit on that play, and Hawkins had a huge hole and hit it quickly.
Longest play from scrimmage on the night for Ringgold, matching a 17-yard pass play in the first half to Lowe. 1st and 10 at the Trinity 40. Hawkins loads up and launches to the left side. Jump ball over on the far side and going to be ruled a catch.
Wow, what a great grab by Ashton Minson.
Hawkins stared left and then threw the ball to the right and again got just enough carry and got over the inside defender, and Minson made a great grab.
That's what us young guys would call moss right there. He went way up over top. Great grab.
35-yard pass play. Now the longest play of the game. To the 5. running play goes straight ahead. Looked like it looked like he got into the end zone, but no touchdown signal there.
And Stasko initially caught up, and I think he might have just been short.
Stasko for 4 to the 1. Hawkins tried to keep it and ends up having to bounce outside, and he's going to lose a yard.
Boy, you should never lose a yard on a sneak play, but that was not well run at all.
I'm not sure he had the snap cleanly.
No, and Edric Williams blew it up too.
And that may have delayed the progress forward. They take that clear out to the 3. Loss of 2 on the run. Just under 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Trinity leading 28-5. Running play coming right side and going to get stacked up at the line of scrimmage. And that run, Owen Conroy gets his first carry of the night, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Conroy was to the side there of Hawkins, gets that little inside dive and just had nowhere to go.
Well, unlike earlier when we talked about Trinity, do you kick or do you go here? And I mean, for Ringgold, there is no choice. You're down 23 points. 5:13 and counting. Long time to get this play to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers stacked to the right, a single receiver low to the left. Hawkins staring left, throwing left. And the ball incomplete. Lowe can't make the catch. There's a flag down. Did he rule
called
it
a
catch?
touchdown. They ruled that a catch.
There's a flag down. The question for me is that offensive interference? Did Lowe push off?
I didn't think so with a push off. I think it was a face guard.
Well,
I don't know how you call it a catch.
That ball was on the ground. I mean,
well, he initially had it, but it did not look like he completed the process. I get this is in the NFL where there's,
Yeah, we're not going to get replayed.
Yeah.
Jason has it, but we're not going to be able to use it for anything. It is a touchdown, and you're going to call defensive pass interference. So get a look here. Yep, it is a touchdown, and I don't see a catch, that's for sure. But it will be a catch. Extra point attempt, kick up and good by Bill Cameron. Trinity 28, Ringgold 12, 4:58 to play 4th quarter. Kickoff on the WJPA Sports Network.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Bank on your future for a brighter tomorrow with First Federal of Greene County. Open an Education Club savings account and start investing in your future today. Every dollar you save brings you one step closer to achieving your goals. Plus, you may qualify for a scholarship upon high school graduation. Visit any First Federal branch to start saving today or visit ffgc.bank for more information on account rules and scholarship eligibility. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 458729.
Ringgold is going to get the kickoff in the Trinity 45 because of the penalty on the scoring play. And the NFHS mindset there is that if you have to either accept the points or accept the penalty, then it's free shots for the defending team. So you can add this on afterwards. Though I didn't know that pass interference was one of the ones you could add on. Thought it was personal fouls and things like that. But now Ringgold to within 16. And we'll try the onside kick, and the Hillers dive forward and cover the ball. Really heady play there to recognize that it's only the kicking team that has to wait 10 yards. The receiving team can get the ball as soon as it's kicked, regardless of distance. And Chase Reiser dives up and covers the kickoff.
I wouldn't be shocked here if Trinity just takes it all out here. Ringgold with only one timeout left. Hillers have done a great job in this second half running the football, and they should just stick to it.
We get our first final of the 2026 season. Waynesburg 43, West Green nothing. Running play, Gardner ran out of an arm tackle. He's got 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, and into Ringgold territory. Goes down inbounds, I believe was ruled at the 37-yard line. 35 on the run.
Gardner's just one of those old school power guys where it seems like as the game gets going, he just gets better and better. I mean, he busts through untouched all the way up the sideline, and once he gets free, he's looking to dish out pain.
99 yards now on the night on 14 carries, 35 on that scamper, and indeed down inbounds. 1st and 10. This time it'll be Glass left side, and Glass took a bump and is shoved out of bounds. Oh, they're going to wind the clock there, rule that forward progress stopped. Okay.
That was on the fringes of what you could say with that, but hey, keep it ticking.
Yeah, that was shoved forwards out of bounds, but wind the clock, so okay. Officials' discretion. Gain of 7 on the play.
They've got, I believe that's Brady Lehue in at quarterback, or
Schreier.
Schreier, yeah.
Roll out, pass to the left, caught inside the 25. Carried down inside the 15 by Daniel Glass. There is a flag down for holding. Schreier's first completion will just be a footnote on that play. The ball will end up out around the 40-yard line. Or it'll be second down and about 13 instead of 2nd and 3. 5 penalties in the second half against the Hillers now. I'm sorry, 4 in the second half and 6 total in the game.
Now it's Lehue in there. It looks like, I think the last 3 plays they've rotated Lehue and Schreier.
Gardner takes the handoff. Power run left side. Shoves it forward for about 5. So we'll bring up 3rd down and about 8 at the Ringgold 35, and we'll be well under 3 minutes remaining. Gardner over the 100-yard mark with that carry.
Yeah, if Trinity can pick up a first down, they'll be able to sit on it.
In the 4th, Carmichael's has retaken the lead against Leechburg, 14-13. Mikes. Schreier, quarterback, and he lost the handle. Ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that one was dropped by Tyler Welsh on that little toss.
Loss of 3 on the play, so 4th down and 11 now. And the Hillers offense will stay out. 2.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Trinity up 28-12. Pass back to Gardner, 40, 35. Makes a move at the 30, gets the first down inside, or right now down near the 25-yard line. That last move by Gardner.
And Lehue on the pass there. That design screen had no Rams over on that side other than one. And Gardner had to make one little move. It was a nice one. He almost lost his footing, but was able to pick up that first down.
13 yards and the first down. And the Hillers can kneel it down here. Let the clock wind for a while. And the option pitch to the near side. Carry inside the 22, flags down for blocks at the point of attack. Braden Berdar, the ball carrier. And a Ringgold player down over on the far side, going to get attention from athletic trainers. And the Hillers almost certainly guilty of a hold, and we'll get a break as well. 1:38 to play in the fourth. Trinity 28, Ringgold 12, back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
This is Eric Cushy from Curtis Pharmacy with big news. We are now accepting all Medicare Part D plans, including UPMC and Highmark. Service and care you need from a local provider you trust, including vaccines, compounding, delivery, and our Pack My Meds program. 90-day supplies are available too. Visit us in Claysville, Washington, Carmichaels, and our new location on Arch Street in Connellsville, or visit us on the web at curtispharmacy.com.
Holding penalty will wipe out a 2-yard Braden Berdar rush and back the Hillers up to the 33-yard line. And again, I mentioned this earlier, Hillers can kneel it down. But they will not. Quarterback keeper, it's Leyhew. Leyhew hits it forward for about 4 to the 29. Second down and 14. Canna McMillan now 19-3 up on Peters Township. We'll see the Big Macs and the Hillers next week at Memorial Stadium in Cannonsburg. Jack and I, meanwhile, will be at Fort Cherry as the Rangers host California. Running play over the left side and going to bust it to the house. Braden Berdar to the end zone for the touchdown. Check that.
Carson Gerba.
Carson Gerba for 29 yards and the touchdown. My apologies on the ball carrier. Gerba with a exclamation point on the now almost certain Trinity win.
Yeah, really nice run. Gerba on his first touch of the year, able to make it a house call.
It comes with 50 seconds to play. Hillers take 4 minutes and change off the clock there. Kick went through, but whistles going off. And now we're going to move the ball forward 1.5 yards, so Monessen guilty of the infraction. Oops, Monessen.
You're thinking about me.
I got Jack leaning over checking my notes here. Just came out that way. High snap, and the kick is blocked. I think if the Hillers take a look at the down-the-line camera, the right defensive end for Ringgold beat the snap.
Yeah.
It was across the line, and he came on to block the kick, but kick is blocked, and keeps the score at Trinity 34, Ringgold 12. 50 seconds to play. Kickoff when we come right back.
I'm Evan Chambers of Chambers Insurance Agency. You can't turn on the TV or scroll through social media without being bombarded by insurance commercials. They're everywhere, even on the radio. Low rates, big savings. We'll insure your pet iguana. Okay, maybe not the iguana. Sadly, many times you're not saving money, you're just getting your coverage slashed. By the time there's a claim, it's too late to see you've been duped. At Chambers Insurance, our goal is to improve your coverage and get you savings. We're local, family-owned, and we'll work with you to find the right coverage. Chambers Insurance since 1953.
Hillers getting set to kick off. A couple of other scores for you. South Fayette 34, West Mifflin 21. And Best Center rolling at home against Brentwood 34-6. I think we see the Bulldogs and Eagles in Fredericktown a couple of weeks down the road. Avella rolling, last word we heard, 34-0 at home against the Maples. "50 seconds to play. Trinity from a 5-0 deficit roared back to take control. And now the kick, line drive taken inside the 28-yard line. And Satterfield up across the 40-yard line. Desire Satterfield on the run back. He saw that line drive was going to get onto the ground, and he snared it and made a nice return. Going to get credit out to the 44-yard line. Not the start that Bean Heller had hoped for with this experienced group of skill players. And Trinity will have won its 10th straight against the Rams with this victory tonight. Hawkins with a pump fake and now throws the ball deep. Lowe trying to cut inside the defender. An incomplete pass. Ringgold coaches wanted a flag. I think Lowe tried to shed the defender there.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been of the opinion that the quarterback should not be rewarded for underthrowing the football, and that's what happened there. I mean, that's all that was. It's good coverage. Nothing illegal. I think Hawkins waited just a second too long to get rid of that one. If he gets rid of that a little earlier, he can give Lowe a chance to run under it.
2nd down and 10. Ringgold's likely final possession of the ball game, down 34-12. 3 receivers to the right and a running play with lots of room up the middle. 50, 45, 40. Stasko finally brought down inside the Trinity 35. Big hole opened up there, 22 on the Stasko run. I have 14 carries for 66 yards on the night, but a third of that on that run. Stasko gets it again and can't run out of this tackle. Going to go down at about the 30, gain of 4.
Yep.
And that'll end it. Trinity Hillers get up off the mat, had all kind of struggles of their own, scored twice in the final 4 minutes of the first half, and did not look back. Trinity 34, Ringgold 12. We'll recap it for you when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Local teams and programs have raised thousands of dollars with fan club fundraisers at Keystone Custom Apparel. Fans go to their team's online store, select their favorite player, then donate $20 and customize their name to appear on the back. Every player gets a free t-shirt with names of their biggest fans, and fundraising checks are delivered within 3 weeks of the closing date. Start raising money now at KeystoneCustomApparel.com. KeystoneCustomApparel.com.
I'm Senator Camera Bartolotta, and I'm running for re-election to keep fighting for working families in the 46th District. I've delivered real results for Washington, Greene, and Beaver counties, supporting good-paying jobs, holding data centers and government agencies accountable, and standing strong with law enforcement. I'll keep working to grow our economy, unleash Pennsylvania's energy, expand healthcare access, and lower your taxes so you keep more of your hard-earned money. On November 3rd, I'm asking for your vote so I can keep delivering for you. Paid for by Camera for Senate.
From the first steps in new love to every scraped knee and healing embrace, the obstacles they will overcome to the victories they will achieve, you have walked this path beside them. These are the moments you live for. By protecting their health with a regular schedule of care, they can fully embrace all of life's little moments. At Cornerstone Care, we create healthier tomorrows today.
To schedule an appointment, visit cornerstonecare.com/locations.
Welcome back to Hiller Field, where Trinity Band is playing the alma mater, and the Hillers players and cheerleaders doing what they do in celebration thereof. Great day to be a Hiller, as the line goes. And Trinity with the 34-12 win here tonight. Really, game not in doubt once the Hillers scored those 2 touchdowns late in the first half, over the final 4 minutes of the first half, and just were really in control the rest of the way.
Yeah, and I mentioned that last year's game between these two squads went a pretty similar way, where, you know, Ringgold played a very competitive first half and then let things go in the second half after allowing some late scores, and the Rams, some work to do. They did not play a very clean game today. No, nor did Trinity, but Trinity did clean things up in the second half, limiting the fumbles and bad snaps and everything. And Ringgold, did not ever at any point clean things up. The penalties stayed a problem. The pass protection was rough. Hawkins maybe hanging onto the ball a little bit too long. It just wasn't clean really in any aspect. Stasko played a nice game for Ringgold, but they're going to go into their Week 2 matchup, I think, with the message of, okay, we really got to clean things up, especially, now you're 1 week closer to conference play.
Ringgold outgained Trinity 95-76 in the first half, yet Trinity led by a 14-5 score. Here's how we got there. Hillers with trouble on their snap on their first possession. Punt snap went over the head, and Ringgold took over at the Trinity 16-yard line, but after 6 offensive plays and a first down, Rams settled for a 30-yard Bill Cameron field goal to take a 3-0 lead. Trinity turned it over on their next possession, but Ringgold couldn't take advantage. Field position, though, was flipped. Hillers ended up trying to punt from their own end zone on 4th down and 11, and the snap bounced back and passed the punter and out of the end zone for a safety, and Ringgold had a 5-0 lead, but it could have been 14-0 very, very easily with that field position. Hillers give the ball away on the free kick, but cover it very nicely and slam the door, get the ball back on a Ringgold punt. Trinity went 73 yards in just 3 plays. Owen Samagala, 52-yard pass and run by Chase Kostelnik to get to the end zone. That pass was probably 7 or 8 yards after 2 hard Owen Gardner runs, and then that quick pass to Kostelnik, and he beat the man at the edge, and there was nobody left to get him. Hillers took a 7-5 lead, a lead they would not give up. Ringgold got the ball back with a little under 4 minutes to play, and got a couple of first downs out to midfield, but a mix-up between quarterback and center, it seemed to be the theme of the night for both teams. This time the Ringgold center looked to snap the ball thinking quarterback Hawkins was up under center, and the snap came up, hit him in his own backside, and fell to the ground, and Trinity recovered. And 4 plays later, Kostelnik again on the receiving end of a Samagala touchdown pass, this one from 30 yards out. The extra point kicks by Cooper Cincinnati gave Trinity that 14-5 lead into the locker room. Ringgold 3 plays and a punt to start the second half, and the Hillers went on an impressive 62-yard, 12-play drive. Samagala scoring from 8 yards out. The extra point made it 21-5. And the teams would then trade possessions for a while. The Hillers got the ball early in the fourth quarter, and in short field ball at the Ringgold 33-yard line, and Samagala scampered in from 28 yards out to make it a 28-5 score. Rams would score with about 50 seconds to play. Rams would score on the next possession, my apologies, to make it 28-12. The touchdown pass in the near corner from Hawkins to Dimitri Lowe, and the extra point kick by Cameron made it 28-12. But the Hillers answered, get the long touchdown run from Gerba. Carson Gerba scampers in from 29 yards out. Hillers were really looking like they were just going to try to run the clock out. They got all but 50 seconds of it gone. A nearly 4 minutes, a little over 4 minute possession there to set our final score at 34-12.
Yeah, dominant effort by the Hillers, and they really took control of things, and those last few drives were just impressive. It was, imposing your will. Gardner got involved, and Sam Agala wasn't in there for that last drive, but just a tremendous second half and a clean second half by him, and what was his first start at the quarterback position.
A couple of additional final scores have come in. Burgettstown over Jeff Morgan, 42-7. That's a final. Kennebec 19, Peters Township 3 final score. Wash High 14, Steel Valley 6 has gone final. And Thomas Jefferson 34, Bell Vernon 6 a final as well. Trinity with 315 yards total offense. The Hillers gained 239 of those yards in the second half. Meanwhile, Ringgold held to just 89 yards after intermission. Trinity with 176 rushing yards in the game, 188 on the ground after intermission. They just said, guys, let's run the football and run it effectively. One of the things Dan Canal said coming in, we got to be more physical, and they certainly got going to that after the early struggles in the ball game. Coming up in just a minute, we'll recognize our player of the game, brought to you by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
None of the individual numbers for our player of the game are going to wow you. They're not going to bowl you over at all. Threw for 126 yards, 5 of 8, but back-to-back touchdown passes in the final 4 minutes of the first half and 2 touchdown runs in the second half for part of his 63 yards rushing. So 63 rush, 2 touchdowns, 126 through the air on 5 of 8 with 1 interception and a couple of more touchdowns. Owen Samagala, starting quarterback for the Trinity Hillers, our Washington County College Center CCBC player of the game. For Trinity, it's on the road next week. They're going to take on the Big Macs of Cannon-McMillan at Memorial Stadium. Both teams winning tonight, so it'll be 1-0 versus 1-0. We'll have that game for you on WJPA AM next Friday night. Meanwhile, on the FM side, Jack and I will be at Jim Gary Stadium outside of McDonald as Fort Cherry host California. And a little gamut run there for the Trojans. And they'll play Wash High the week after that. Tonight's game on the WJPA Sports Network has been brought to you by Valley View Farm, a premier wedding and event venue. Visit valleyviewfarmvenue.com. By Cornerstone Care, creating healthier tomorrows today. By Camera Bartolotta for Pennsylvania Senate. Find out more at cameraforsenate.com. By the Chambers Insurance Agency, protecting generations since 1953. By Keystone Custom Apparel, your fundraising go-to. Get started at KeystoneCustomApparel.com. By Curtis Pharmacy in Washington, Claysville, Connellsville, Carmichaels, and online at CurtisPharmacy.com. And by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, people you know, people you can trust. Coverage tonight of Ringgold Trinity, also brought to you by CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. By Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation and Advanced Surgical Hospital. By Visit Greene. Greene County has something for everyone. Log on visitgreene.org. By the Washington County Human Services Department. Take the first step toward a healthier life. Call 724-228-1234. By Schweiner Broughton Bus Lines, the shiniest school buses in town. And they're looking for drivers like you. By Washington Financial Bank, for 125 years, proud to be the bank that gets you. And by Washington County College Center, operated by Community College of Beaver County. With the Steelers' preseason schedule wrapped up, we've got a full week of Pirates baseball on WJPA AM. The Bucks visit the Cardinals over the weekend, then host the Giants and the Angels. coverage next week. We already highlighted that for you. Big thank you to head coaches Dan Knaus and Robert Heller for joining us in the Valley View Farms Coaches Corner segment, and to the entire crew here at Hiller Field. For my partner Jack Sacco, floor director Jason Tennant, Grady Peterson, Josh Klingon on camera, and Jacob Knisner producing in our downtown Washington studios, I'm Bob Gregg. Thank you so much for being with us. In the WPIL High School Football Season Opener, your final score, Trinity 34, Ringgold 12. This has been a presentation of the WJPA Sports Network.